My name is David Merrill. I'm the head chef over here at the Cedar Room. What I hope to bring to the community is an opportunity to explore new horizons that people maybe haven't before because it was too expensive, too intimidating, too broad. And I just kind of want to bring an opportunity for people to try new things in, exciting ways that, are still small town affordable. Stop on by at the Cedar Room located here in the historic Canteen District.
Weather Center.
Now play the best of the 70s, 80s, and 90s. KOOQ North Platte, K251CP North Platte, 98.1 and 1410. We're online too at northplattepost.com. The following is an Eagle Media Sports presentation. North Platte High Sports on northplattepost.com, FM 98.1 and AM 1410 are brought to you by
The Cedar Room, Shelter Insurance, Pete Bolts, Brent Rogo, Hands of Heartland, Maple Park Dental, the DNN Event Center.
Another 1-2 pitch on its way to Katie Titus. And that one this time goes into right field. Get past Rayleigh Schmid. Addie Rainen looking to come home. Is this a triple for Katie Titus? She rounds second. Katie Titus might be going for an inside the park home run. Throw home. It's safe. And inside the park home run for Katie Titus.
Al's Lock and Safe, Runza Restaurants, Dave's Place Pizza and Wings, Mid-Plains Community College, Mitchell Inman CPA PC, Bill Summers Ford Honda Nissan.
7 serve for Thramer. Crete sets it up down the middle. It's going to go nowhere from Cassidy Eggy. And Burke with the power. J.C. Burke. 3 kills, sneaking it in between Cassidy Eggy and the net.
Puro Clean, Larry's Glass, Great Plains Health, The Fortify Group, Merrick's Ranch House.
In motion, Stifler once again. Oh, it's going to be an end around to Ty Hanneborg. Hanneborg into the open field. He's at the 50. Watch him fly at the 30. It's going to be a touchdown for North Platte. They have their own trick plays, and it's Ty Hanneborg.
Here's the voice of the Dogs, Paxton Gordon.
Welcome in, everybody, here to Cope Stadium on FM 98.1, AM 1410, live streaming on our Cedar Room live stream at northplattepost.com. I'm Paxton. It is time for the start of the football season in 2026. North Platte High and the Bulldogs traveling for game number 1. They take a short jaunt over on the highway here to Kearney to take on the Bearcats, the historic rival against the Bulldogs, who in my 4 years have gotten the best of North Platte in 4 appearances. And it's looking and hoping to be a different game today for the Bulldogs. They look to upset and spoil the opening game at home for the Bearcats. Bulldogs last season, it wasn't the prettiest. They finished the year 2-7 overall, though they did finish 2-2 in the district with wins against Lincoln High as well as Omaha Benson, but with losses to Columbus, Lincoln Northeast, Lincoln Southeast, and of course the historic loss to Millard South that broke both school records for largest margin of victory and largest margin of defeat. And I want to highlight that game in particular. I know it's a real sore spot for the Bulldog faithful because that was the toughest loss in program history. But because of that game, the entirety of Class A has changed for this season. Gone are the divisions. There are no more divisions in Class A. It is every team that is going to be going head-to-head for those playoff spots, but they have changed the way they have formulated the schedules for this year. So what they've previously done is, of course, they put you in a division. North Platte got the short straw every single year because they faced every single historic Nebraska team, West Side, and then, of course, Millard South. Well, this year what they've done is not only have they gotten away with the divisions, but you now have your schedule based around the last 2 seasons of your wild card points projections. Now, what this means entirely is for North Platte High School, their schedule is going to be more focused around teams that had the same playoff projection points as they did. So we should be seeing some more opportunities for the Bulldogs today, not even just today, but this season, to face some closer and closer competition, and meaning that 2-7 season last year might turn out to be a better record this year. Now they'll be facing off against the Bearcats of Kearney, who historically have had the upper hand against the Bulldogs. They went 7-4 last season and blew out North Platte at home 38-0. That was a weird game because last year the Bulldogs got off to actually a really good start on the defensive side, forcing 2 3-and-outs against that Kearney squad before all heck broke loose, and the next thing you know, Kearney put up 3 straight drives before going into the halftime when rain then kind of delayed that game for about an hour to an hour and a half before it was finished in the 4th quarter with the rain still pouring. It's going to be blue skies here today during our Quick Stop pregame show, and hopefully blue skies the rest of the way. North Platte High School looking to do better than they did a season ago when they fell to not only the Bearcats 38-0, but also went 2-7. Last year felt like an anomaly year. You could sit there and say 2-7 and be like, oh, that team must not have been very talented. Well, honestly, there was a lot of things going into play that really hampered the Bulldogs that season, and one of those was 25-plus seniors departing the program that previous year. So yes, basically most of, if not all of the starters from last year's team hadn't really seen much action at the varsity level, and more specifically Friday nights under the lights. So for North Platte, they kind of struggled a bit just because of how inexperienced they are. At that time, the most experienced player on that team was Jake Kincaid on the offensive line. Other than that, nobody really had seen consistent play frequently, unlike Kincaid, and of course Straighten Burke on the defensive side. But this year, everything has kind of gone the opposite way. They returned basically every single starter, minus a few here and there spot starters. You know, both the running backs last year and the power backs, unfortunately, graduated last year. So you are going to be seeing a lot of different faces, you know, offensively. But everybody that is at least playing has seen prominent time at the varsity level. So those mistakes that really plagued North Platte High School to start the year, it's going to look a little different. Speaking of looking a little different, this Kearney Bearcat squad is going to see a different man at the head coach position. Yes, Coach Cool, after gosh knows how many years at the helm of this Kearney program, officially retired in the offseason, so they promoted inwardly Kyle Peters. That was their defensive coordinator. He has been promoted to now official head coach, and they brought in another offensive coordinator, Ryan Ambrose, to take over the position that Coach Cool ran a season ago. Nothing defensively is going to change for the Bearcats, but offensively, things could be looking just a tad bit different. I've gotten a little bit of an inside scoop from the Kearney play-by-play guy that the offense might be throwing a little bit this more, depending on which quarterback is out there. Yes, we could be seeing a dual quarterback system from the Bearcats this season. They both are losing their starters from a season ago. Kellen Jones is going to be stepping up to the plate this year for the Bearcats. Jones, a sophomore, will be playing predominantly the quarterback at 6'4", and then the senior Colden Kohler, who is the opposite, more of a running style quarterback, is going to be the one that we'll be seeing the running time. So we're going to be seeing potentially 2 different quarterbacks in play for Kearney and the Bearcats offensively here today. It is our Quick Stop pregame show. 27 locations that are actually 28 locations with the new one on Buffalo Bill Avenue. 28 locations open 24 hours a day. Quick Stop always open right around the corner. Step aside and take a break during our Quick Stop pregame show. Hey, when we come back, we're going to have our coaches interview. I actually got to sit down with head coach Kurt Altig to get you guys ready for the first game of the season. The Bulldogs taking on Kearney and the Bearcats on the road.
Quick
Headed to the lake or coming back home? Make the new Quick Stop your stop. At the new number 28 location, Quick Stop has everything you need. An unbeatable selection of wine, beer, and spirits, fresh hot Piccadilly pizza, and delicious crispy crunchy chicken. All the fueling options you'll need, including clear 91 octane premium fuel. Perfect for boats and jet skis, plus clear 87 octane for mowers, trimmers, and other small engines. While you're there, check out the one-of-a-kind mural artwork at number 28. Swing by Quick Stop at Buffalo Bill and Walker Road. Quick Stop, convenience at its best.
The Mid-Plains Community College Stampede is riding into the Sutherland Rodeo Arena for 3 action-packed nights of college rodeo. September 17th through the 19th, watch the best cowboys and cowgirls from across the Great Plains region compete for the gold buckle. The chutes open at 7 p.m. each night. Tickets are just $10 at the gate, and kids 10 and under get in free. Who will ride away with the gold buckle? Come find out at the Mid-Plains Community College Stampede. Let's ride.
Puro Clean of North Platte delivers fast water, mold, and fire damage restoration services to the North Platte area. Puro Clean knows how challenging those times can be to you and to your family. Their Nebraska-based experts have a winning, reliable combination of training and equipment partnerships. Local, fast service in the North Platte area. Their average on-site time is 60 minutes, and they'll coordinate with your local insurance provider. Give Puro Clean a call now at 1-800-775-7876 and schedule a visit from a member of the team at Puro Clean in North Platte.
Great Plains Pediatrics is growing, and so is the exceptional care your family deserves. Please welcome Dr. Volkortson to the team, joining Doctors Lopez, Mosel, and Parikh in providing compassionate, expert pediatric care for children from newborns through teens. Whether it's your baby's first checkup or your teenager's annual visit, they are with you every step of the way. 308-568-3580 to schedule an appointment. Great Plains Pediatrics.
This is the Bulldog Pregame Show from FM 98.1 and 1410 AM. Presented by Quick Stop. Always open right around the corner. Quick Stop.
Hey everybody, Paxton Gordon here. It is time to start once again up like we just didn't leave last year. It is our pregame coaches interview. I'm joined by head coach for North Platte High football, Coach Kurt Alton. Coach, it's a pleasure to see you. Can you believe it? We're finally here to the first game of the season.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy how fast it'll sneak up on you, but we're ready. We've been going against each other here for several weeks now, and so we're ready to get after it and go against Kearney.
Gosh, it's felt like a long time since we last had our conversation, all the way back in October when that final game concluded and you had time to kind of sit down and kind of compartmentalize what happened during that last previous season. Not the best season you guys had from a record standpoint. Really take me through and hit some of the highlights you thought of either be successes from last year or maybe even some disappointments when the season got over.
We were just really, really young last year. We replaced 20 starters. And anytime you do that, you're going to have your growing pains. And we thought we gave up a couple games last year, maybe on special teams. But, we bring a whole bunch of guys back with a ton of experience. We're about the exact opposite spot where we were this time last year, where we were going to put a lot of guys on the field that never been under the lights on a Friday night. And instead it's going to be the other way around. We only replaced a few guys, and the guys that we're bringing in, almost all of them have had quite a bit of experience now on Friday night. So we're just going to kind of lean on that where, those silly mistakes maybe we made last year as a young team, we'll be able to not do that this year.
And that's, of course, the biggest thing. The last couple of years prior to last year, you kind of been blessed with a sort of small-ish pool of seniors that had left. Last year was the first real, eye-opening experience of a boatload. I think you had upwards of plus 25, if I remember, that were seniors that had left the program. As you said, 20 that were starters. And you could really see, not just early on, but many weeks into the season, how that was still affecting you guys, because it is a big difference going from, JV games to now Friday nights under the lights against some of the best teams in Class A.
Yeah, and even a lot of our guys last year were coming from freshman games. Yeah. And it's just one of those things where, our fall camp's been so good and we're so much farther ahead from where we were last year, just because, our guys have been in the system, for a year. They've been in our system since they were in middle school, but it's different when you get into high school. And the things you do as freshmen, you don't do it quite to the level you do in varsity. And so we were trying to throw a bunch of guys in, and try to get them ready. And it's just tough. Where this year, we're installing stuff that we didn't do last year, and to maybe the third or fourth week, and it's just, kind of second nature to us right now.
And it also doesn't help that last year, I think every single team that you faced had some of their best seasons. You're talking about Lincoln Northeast, a team that historically has been towards the bottom of Class A. Lincoln High, another team that had probably one of its best seasons last year. So not only did you have to, go through 20 new different faces, getting some varsity experience, getting a lot of varsity experience, you faced a lot of teams that had some of their best seasons. Oh, and probably the best team in maybe even Nebraska history with that Millard South squad.
Yeah, I think we played, and it's how it's been the last few years for us. 5 or 6 out of the teams we play each year are playoff teams, and they're good teams. And we're going against Kearney, and they're always, even when people in Kearney tell you they're not going to have a good season, they end up making the second round of the playoffs. So and that's all good stuff to have in your past, where you can rely on stuff like that. Going against Millard South, you're going against some of the best football players in the state, and you can see where you're at and come back and you're another year older and you're ready to go and get after it on Friday nights.
Now, it's going to be a little different this year. If you guys haven't heard or seen, that a lot of Class A has actually changed fundamentally. So gone really are the divisions, and it's just one big gaggle of teams now. You have a big 1 through, however many teams there are in Class A, and they base your schedule really this year off of previous year's teams, kind of not only win percentage, but their playoff points as well. So you're actually going to see a lot of new teams that you guys haven't faced, and some teams that have never been in the Class A level. So not only how exciting is that to see some new teams, being able to be on your schedule, but also how scary is it knowing, you will have, of course, game tape, but you don't really have that firsthand experience like we've had over the last couple of years with you guys, in whether it be against West Side and some of the other teams you played there, or that last year against Millard South.
We always look at it as an advantage for us, the teams that haven't played us, because there's not a lot of pre-season summer stuff you're doing to stop the flex bone. Mm-hmm. Pretty much every other team will come out and run some form of spread. So from week to week, they're working on spread, stopping the spread plays, and then they come, it's North Platte week. Now we got to figure out how to stop the flex bone. So we always take that as an advantage. Some teams that we see year after year after year, like Kearney, for example, they have a kind of unique defense they run against us, but they've had, years and years to prepare for that. The new teams, it's usually hard on them, especially, in that first half of a game, to figure out our offense. You can't get a good scout team prepared for the flex bone in just a couple days. So we always look at it as an advantage. And we're always excited to play new teams and go and show everybody what we got.
So, of course, playoffs still will be basically the same way as how they counted. So that portion hasn't changed. A lot of those teams also, 4 of them coming up from Class B. So a lot of not only just new teams but on the schedule, but new teams actually officially in Class A as well. You talked about, your point in the season this year already feeling 10 times better than you were at this point in time last year. And last year kind of had the same dilemma, maybe even a little more severe. It's been actually a weird summer of weather. It's been very, very hot, and it's been really, really tough for not just me having to go out there, but a lot of student athletes having to sometimes practice in that extreme conditions. Last year, I think you guys really got hit hard towards the first part of your off-season program. How has it been this year in terms of the weather playing a factor in your guys' preparation for this year?
It hasn't been fantastic. We follow the NSAA regulations with the wet bulb. So anytime that thing reads, specific numbers, we either have to not have practice, have a morning practice, go, half pads, go without pads. So, we'd really like it to be about 72 degrees, and then we're all right. But, we had Monday, we're not able to have a full practice because of extreme heat. So that's just hard to balance, because in the mornings, you can't necessarily get everything done, but then in the afternoons, if you can't have a practice, you can't get things done. So it's been a balancing act, but I think we prepared ourselves well. And, as hard as we practice, as much as we can do, you can never get guys in game shape as much as you would like. So, we're ready to start games, and then, and we'll get ourselves in shape there on Friday nights.
That's what you love to hear. Hey, when we come back, we're going to talk about the rivals that are Kearney and the Bearcats here on our Quick Stop pregame show.
Life is loud, chaotic, hilarious, and occasionally peaceful. Your life fits you, so why settle for life insurance that fits someone else? At Shelter Insurance, our local agents help you design a personal protection plan backed by award-winning customer service. We're your shield, We're your shelter. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Ask me, Pete Volz, about Shelter's home, auto, and life options.
Mom, what's everybody doing this summer?
Easy. Hanging out at Dave's Place, pizza and wings.
The pizza is awesome. The wings are amazing.
And we've got cold, refreshing drinks, weekday nightly specials, and a family-friendly atmosphere that's perfect for lunch or dinner.
So basically, it's the coolest place in town.
Whether you're grabbing lunch, bringing the family, or meeting up with friends, Dave's Place Pizza and Wings is your summertime place to be.
See you at Dave's Place. Whoop-whoop!
This is the Bulldog Pregame Show from FM 98.1 and 1410 AM. Presented by Quick Stop. Always open right around the corner. Quick Stop.
Hey everybody, Paxton Gordon here once again talking with head coach Kurt Altig ahead of tonight's game against the Bearcats. A team that is, of course, probably your biggest rivals, not just of the last couple of years, but just historically. And they bring back a lot of talent, but they do have a really big change. Coach Kuhl's no longer their new head coach, even though he was part of their system to begin with. They hired inwards, but going to be a new look on that sideline for the Bearcats squad. Are you really expecting anything to change from a system standpoint? Or do you still have confidence that it's going to be the same old Kearney we've seen year over year?
Their defensive coordinator takes over as their head coach, so I assume, we'll see very similar stuff on defense. But offense, they've brought in a new OC, and we're not really sure what to expect. They could come out and they could run old Kearney stuff, or they could come out and go 5 wide and zip it all over the yard, and we just don't really know. So we've been kind of preparing here and there, and just making sure that whatever they come out in defensively, where we play sound defense and communicate and get ourselves lined up right, and then just go make plays.
How tough is it for you as a head coach? The first game of the season is always the toughest because, there's so many different changes, personnel, player-wise, on opposing teams that you got to take in mind. But now, essentially, a whole new offense could potentially be instilled and installed in that you'd have no real tape about. So you talked about some of it, but on your end, what are you going to do potentially during the game if you see things kind of start to sway a little in the wrong direction, whether it be a look you're not liking because it's a new look offense for Kearney, or first game on the road and trying to get the jitters out of the players?
It's more of just in-game adjustments like we would every game. For the most part, pretty much all teams out there are, in the same position we are. I'm sure Kearney isn't thinking we're going to come out and spread it around, but you never know. There might be that thing in the back of their mind where they're thinking, well, maybe over the summer they came up with a package just for Kearney. But, that's just football. And that's just, until you get some film, we don't have any idea who their starting quarterback might be or their starting running backs. And, they replaced some really, really dynamic guys. That Wolf kid on defense was a stud, and he's gone. So, it's just anything, just be ready to make adjustments and, just go play your tail off.
And of course, now it's time to jump into our Owls Lock and Save keys to the game. First road game of the year, and it's at the UNK football stadium. Coach, will actually start on the defensive side of things, since that's, I think, where it's going to be the most interesting battle, because of course, Kearney with their new potential offense going to throw a couple of wrinkles in. What are some of the things you're looking to take advantage of for your squad this year to get the victory on the defensive side of the ball?
Last year to start the game against Kearney, we did a pretty good job, held them 3-0 out. On their next possession, we created a turnover, and we're just looking to do that, play tough defense. We're going to have to be able to probably adjust on the fly, which with an older team we'll be good at, and just make sure that we take advantage of their mistakes instead of making our own, and try to eliminate our penalties and try to create turnovers and just swarm to the football, and when you play hard, good things happen.
That's right. You'll love to see it. When you play hard, good things happen, and we all know the offense plays hard because good things do happen on that offensive side. Coach, take me through the game plan offensively for your team for tonight to hopefully come away with a victory.
Offensively, we're coming out in blunt force trauma. We're going to grind the ball, grind the clock, hopefully leave, whatever that offense that Kearney's going to run over on the sidelines, watching us, hopefully tick off minute after minute after minute with our first drive. And, last year we were kind of hurt with some turnovers and some penalties, but with an older team, we've learned our lesson there. So hopefully we can take care of the football, eliminate our penalties, and, just grind it out.
That's what you'd love to hear. Coach, as always, thank you so much for stopping on by. Can't wait to see you after the game, hopefully talking good news with a Bulldog victory.
Thank you very much.
We'll, of course, always have more when we come back for our Quick Stop pregame show.
Looking for your next ride? Come to Bill Summers Auto Group in North Platte. Whether it's a brand new Ford, Honda, or Nissan, or a reliable pre-owned vehicle, we've got the inventory to match your needs and budget. Our dedicated sales staff is here for you before, during, and after the sale. Plus, great financing options are always available. Family is our business, and we can't wait to welcome you to ours. Stop by South Highway 83 in North Platte. Bill Summers Auto Group, open 24/7 at BillSummers.com.
Fall in love with your smile and the experience. From fillings to implants, wisdom tooth extractions, dentures, and partials. Maple Park Dental Associates does it all with care, comfort, and results you'll love. They can even help smooth facial lines and wrinkles for a refreshed, confident you. Now serving North Platte, Sutherland, Broken Bow, Ogallala, and Mullen. Maple Park Dental Associates. Love your smile.
Welcome in. It's the Quick Stop pregame show. I am Derek Beck. Happy to be along with you here this evening for our first edition of Friday Night Lights here in the fall 2026 season. Had quite a few games last night, many that were delayed because of that weather that went through last night. Cambridge defeated Maxwell 39-15. Garden County, your defending state champs, shut out Hay Springs last night 57-0. Gothenburg and Kozad didn't even restart because of the weather until almost midnight last night. Gothenburg wins by a touchdown 14-7 over Kozad last night. Minutair 60-59 at Creek Valley. That had to have been a barn burner last night. And then Paxton defeated Sioux County 49-6 last night. Let's take you through the games this evening, part of our Quick Stop pregame show. I'm Derek Beck again with you. North Platte at Kearney. You can listen on FM 98.1 this evening. That should be a good one. We'll find out a lot about North Platte and Kearney with that game, obviously, this evening. Class B, just one game from our area. Crete on the road at Wineland Field to take on the McCook Bison tonight. In Class C2, Chase County at Yuma, Colorado this evening. And Hershey is on the road at GICC in Grand Island. Class C1, Alliance at Minden this evening. Sydney was in the state finals a year ago. They have aspirations of being pretty good again this year. They are at Broken Bow this evening. The game I will have for you, Ogallala at Adams Central. You can listen on Flat Rock 100.7 this evening. And Holdridge at Lexington, also in C1. Of course, they added a division in Class D, 8-man ball this year. There's D1, there's D2, and now there is D3. We've been accustomed to having a pretty full slate in D1 in past years. There is no one in D1 in 2026. So we skip straight ahead to Class D2, where Bertrand is at Hitchcock County today. Maywood Hayes Center at Sutherland. Shelton is going to be in Grant to take on Perkins County. And North Platte St. Pat's hosting South Loop this evening. So the new D3 division, Sandhills Valley at Juanita Palisade. Of course, Stapleton didn't even have school today because of the weather and the damage up there. 92-mile-per-hour winds. They said they probably had some 100-mile-per-hour gusts up there. A lot of damage in that area. They didn't have school, but they will play today. Sandhills Valley at Juanita Palisade in D3. Brady at Axtell, and then the other D3 game this week won't happen until tomorrow when Dundee County Stratton travels to Hardington, Newcastle. Maybe that's why it's tomorrow. If you don't know, Hardington is only just a hop, skip, and a jump from South Dakota, clear up in northeast Nebraska. And 6-man ball today. Cody Kilgore at Arthur County. Ashley Litchfield is in Curtis to take on Med Valley. South Platte is at Wallace this evening, and Southwest is at Silver Lake. There you go, your first edition of Friday Night Lights. If you're headed to a game this evening, best of luck to your team. We've got more of the Quick Stop pregame show next.
Thanks for listening to the Quick Stop pregame show. They have 27 locations open 24 hours a day. Quick Stop. Game time is just moments away on FM 98.1.
We all plan to be on time, but fender benders, damaged windshields, and slick roads quickly disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design personal protection plans that work for you and help keep you on track. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
See me, Brent Rogo, and let us help protect what is important to you.
Looking for your next ride? Come to Bill Summers Auto Group in North Platte. Whether it's a brand new Ford, Honda, or Nissan, or a reliable pre-owned vehicle, we've got the inventory to match your needs and budget. Our dedicated sales staff is here for you before, during, and after the sale. Plus, great financing options are always available. Family is our business, and we can't wait to welcome you to ours. Stop by South Highway 83 in North Platte. Bill Summers Auto Group, open 24/7 at BillSummers.com.
The Dogs play here on FM 98.1 and 1410 AM. Head to Merrick's. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Check out their nightly specials from 4 to 8. $12.50 dinners and includes 2 sides. That's Merrick's.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome in, everybody, here to the Quick Stop pregame show. 27 locations open 24 hours a day. Quick Stop always open right around the corner. I'm Paxton. It is time for some football as Kearney and the Bearcats take on North Platte High School and the Bulldogs in some football action today. You guys ready for some fun? I'm ready for some fun. The Bulldogs and the Bearcats 0-0, of course, to start the season. It's time to jump into our Owls Lock and Safe keys to the game. Offensively for the Dogs, they got to score whenever they touch the football. Doesn't matter which way they do it. If it takes 12 minutes off the clock, if it takes 5 minutes off the clock, it does not matter at one bit. They just need to score because we know this Kearney squad historically has been a high-powered offense that loves to drive it down the field quick and often to put up their points. Now, defensively, it's going to be interesting because the Bulldogs might be seeing 2 different quarterbacks today from the side of the Bearcats. Whether that's going to be Caden Kohler or Kellen Jones, that's going to be what's up in the air right now for North Platte High School. It'll be fun to see what they do, how the defense handles, how the offense operates. But we are finally here for game number 1 of the season. The Bulldogs, the Bearcats, everybody is ready to rock and roll here on FM 98.1, AM 1410, video live streaming as always on our Cedar Room live stream at NorthPlattePost.com. Of course, I'm Paxton. You guys ready to rock and roll for today's game? I'm ready to rock and roll. We just wrapped up our Quick Stop pregame show. 28 locations open 24 hours a day. Quick Stop always open right around the corner. As North Platte actually won the toss and elected to defer to start the season out, which is very uncharacteristic from the Bulldogs. Normally, North Platte is known for their receiving ability right off the rip. So it's interesting to see that North Platte elected to kick to start this season and start this season off for North Platte High. So they're going the defensive first. We'll have D'Angelo Mata, who will be the kicker this year, with Griffin Whitney as the punter. Of course, Mata was the kicker to start the year, but then got injured a couple days before the Omaha-Benson game. And then because of that, we really didn't see D'Angelo Mata much, and the kicking position was kind of a flex between several different players. But now Mata back, much healthier this year, and ready to rock and roll for North Platte as the official kicker. Again, Griffin Whitney playing as the punter. Deep to return for the Bearcats. Cannon Cope for Kearney. As we get ready to rock and roll with the kick. Mata kicks it high, and it kicks it to the near side, and that's going to be Cope. Oh, the ball's going to be on the floor. They biffed the kick, and North Platte picks it up. Oh, my gosh, what a blunder right off the whip. Oh, my heavens, Jaden Norman and Cannon Cope collide with the ball as it was coming towards them, and it's an immediate turnover for the Bearcats. And North Platte starts things off on the right foot. Following the biffed kick on the return from Cannon Cope and Jaden Norman. Oh my gosh, this is perfect for North Platte. They start their first drive now at the Bearcats' 26-yard line. Under center for North Platte, of course, going to be Carter Still. To his near side, going to be Brett Concorco. Owen Shea behind him. It's Corco in motion. Off the right side, Owen Shea with it. Shea getting a full head of steam, and he'll pull the pile forward for a pickup of 6 yards as Owen Shea's first carry makes it now 2nd down and 4 yards to go for North Platte offensively in this first possession. As Still going to get the call from the sideline. So to the near side for North Platte High School, Corco. To the far side, Connor Stifler with, again, Owen Shea, the power back this year. Corco was going to be in motion, but now Shea going to take it and go absolutely nowhere. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, and he does so. Immediately on the scene for the side of the Bearcats, Sam Lundgren for Kearney makes it 3rd down and 5 for North Platte here on their opening drive following the biffed kick from Cannon Cope and Jaden Norman. 5 long yards to go for the Bulldogs offense. 2 wide receivers to the near side. In motion comes Connor Stifler. Oh, we might have a flag, and we do! A Bearcat jumps offside on the far end of the floor of the field. And that's going to be Peyton Meyer, who jumps offside. Oh, actually, they're going to call it on Nathan Vasquez. Actually, I think there was 2. Vasquez, and then on the far side, who also jumped offside, was Slade Steffen. So it's 1st and 10 for North Platte High School with 10:44 left to go on our DNN Event Center scoreboard here in the opening quarter of play. The Bulldogs in the red zone for the first time at the Kearney 16-yard line. Off the right side, Shea with some hesitation trying to move his feet forward, and he gets a solid 2 yards, does Owen Shea. Make it 2nd down and 8. Already 8 yards for Owen Shea this opening quarter as the Dogs trying to strike blood first off of a Kearney turnover. 10:08 left to go here in the opening drive. Bulldogs in the red zone. Back behind Carter Still, Owen Shea. 2 wide receivers to the near side. In motion is Tice Rathbun. Rathbun, he's got really nowhere to go, and he is brought down after a loss of 2. Immediately on the scene for the Bearcats, Adric Techmeyer, and that's going to actually be a loss of yardage for North Platte. It's 3rd down and 11 as Techmeyer blows right past the front line of the Bulldogs and makes that stuff. As with 16 seconds left on the play clock and 9:24 left to go here in this first quarter, it's Still under center. Still stepping back, rolling to his right, looking to throw. Still looking, going to a wide open man. It's picked up and into the first down territory is Matthew Heisel. Did he get enough for the first? That's the question. We're going to have to see. They might mark him a yard short. Oh, my gosh, they're going to mark him 1 yard short. 4th and 1 as it's Heisel who picks up his first reception today. Matthew Heisel with a 10-yard pickup. And now it's 4th down and 1 at the Kearney 8-yard line. Carter Still once again under center. Corco in motion. Off the right side. Owen Shea finds some daylight and then some. Owen Shea gets enough for the first down, and the Bulldogs are within touching distance of a touchdown. 1st and goal from the Bearcats now 4-yard line. A pickup of 3 yards for Owen Shea. Still gets under center, has 1 wide receiver to the near side, being Reese Perry. In motion comes Connor Stifler. Still going to keep it himself. Still slipping through the traffic of the defense and falls forward at around the 1-yard line. It is 2nd and goal at the Kearney 1 for Carter Still in the Bulldog offense. Still with his first pickup, 2 yards on the play. North Platte knocking on the doorstep of being the first team to strike blood with 8:15 left to go on our DNN Event Center scoreboard. Again, Still under center. Off the right side to Owen Shea, and then they're called to play dead. We have a false start. Oh, we have a neutral zone infraction. And an offside on the side of the Bearcats. So that's the second foul against Nathan Vasquez in this quarter alone, on this drive alone. He had an offsides earlier that cost Kearney a fourth down stop, and then an offsides there, and it's now second and inches for North Platte at the half-yard line. Still's going to keep it himself. He rumbles in for a touchdown. North Platte High School strikes first. A 1-yard Carter Still touchdown. And the Bulldogs lead 6-0 on our DNN Event Center scoreboard. And all of this transpired following a muffed kick return by both of the returners, Cannon Cope and Jaden Norman, running into each other, which allowed the Dogs to get the recovery. And then Carter Still from a yard out with the touchdown. And here comes D'Angelo Mata for the extra point kick. Beautiful set. It's up. And it's good. The Bulldogs lead 7-0 on our DNN Event Center scoreboard. We'll step aside, take a break, come back. It is still first quarter action on FM 98.1 and AM 1410.
Experience the beauty of downtown North Platte and enjoy lunch or dinner at the Cedar Room. The Cedar Room is an unparalleled restaurant experience with this unique atmosphere where modern meets rustic. Enjoy a handcrafted cocktail made with the freshest ingredients by a master mixologist while dining from their delicious American fusion cuisine menu. Make a reservation by calling 308-532-4825 or reserve online at thecedarroomne.com. The Cedar Room, 505 North Dewey in beautiful downtown North Platte.
The Mid-Plains Community College Stampede is riding into the Sutherland Rodeo Arena for 3 action-packed nights of college rodeo. September 17th through the 19th, watch the best cowboys and cowgirls from across the Great Plains region compete for the gold buckle. The chutes open at 7 p.m. each night. Tickets are just $10 at the gate, and kids 10 and under get in free. Who will ride away with the gold buckle? Come find out at the Mid-Plains Community College Stampede. Let's ride.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here to Cope Stadium on FM 98.1, AM 1410, video live streaming on our Cedar Room live stream at northplattepost.com. The Bulldogs go 21 yards in their last possession as, Cannon Cope dropped that ball in the end zone for at least a touchback this time, but the Bearcats struggling before they even get the ball as they turn it over before their offense even hits the field with a muffed kick return from Cannon Cope. And Jaden Norman allows the Bulldogs to score from 21 out from Carter Still. And they lead 7-0 on our DNN Event Center scoreboard. Our timeouts are brought to you in part by Kevin McCann and the Fortifying Group. See him on the one-ways, 621 South Dewey. Sweet B up the middle with it now is Camden Miller. And Miller on his first carry moves the ball 1 yard forward. So a lot of this offense for the Bearcats is returning at some of their skilled position players, but not at quarterback. Kellen Jones getting the start early in this ball game. It's 6'4" sophomore on the bench. Caden Kohler will potentially see some action here tonight. Their most electric player, of course, being Camden Miller. Played for the team last season for Kearney and the Bearcats. For Miller, 144 yards on 25 carries. Now a misdirection there as Miller up the gut. He goes, and he'll pick up 4 yards. So another carry for Camden Miller. 4 yards to make it 3rd down and 5 for Kearney right off the whip. Now, for Kellen Jones, a left-handed quarterback does not have the smoothest throwing motion. He's kind of got a hitch to it when he throws from the left. So the Bulldogs will have an opportunity with their defensive line to maybe disrupt the passes, but Kearney now wants to throw according to some of the quotes I've heard from some of the players and the staff, as Kellen Jones in the shotgun formation, stepping back. He's looking to throw. Quick little throw, picked up on the far side. He might be, wow, that is a lucky spot for the Bulldogs. They might call him a yard short. That far side judge may have given the Bulldogs some help. We're going to see. As on that far side, it was Cannon Cope picking up his first reception. And I think it's going to be a first down for the Bearcats. It will be a 1st and 10 following that 5-yard pickup to Cope. So now it's 1st and 10 for Kearney. Kellen Jones 1 for 1 on the day so far. Now it's a pistol formation as he's going to move all of the tight ends to the near side. Jones now going to look to pitch it. He does. There's a flag on the play. And behind the line of scrimmage, Camden Miller goes down there to stop him. Trevor Jorgensen. Actually, correction, that's Charlie Hunter from the secondary. Nope, that's actually Carter Stifler. It's number 8. Jersey tucked in halfway, but Connor Stifler behind the line. Oh, we're going to have, interesting. So 2 many men in motion for the Bearcats. And that's going to be a declined penalty. So what was a 2nd down and 10 now turns into a 2nd down and 15 following the 5-yard loss from Camden Miller. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the far side being Cope as well as Layton. And we're going to have another flag on the play, and this might be a false start for Kearney. Wow. As Connor Thiel, false start, and that's going to push the Bearcats back even further. Back-to-back penalties, one being declined, one being accepted, makes it 2nd and 20 for Kearney at their own 20-yard line with 5:15 left to go on our DNN Event Center scoreboard. Shotgun formation for Kellen Jones, Camden Miller to the right of him. 3 wide receivers on the field. Jones gets the snap, stepping back, looking to throw. Still looking, going over the center. Wow, and it's going to be hauled down beautifully from Cannon Cope. Cope might have picked up 20. They'll give him 19, and that's another pass, 2 for 2 from Kellen Jones. So now it is a 3rd down and 1. Beautiful throw, a late one to Cannon Cope. It was being double covered, but 3rd and 1. Single eye formation, actually offset eye. Now with Camden Miller. We're going to hand it off to Atchison up the middle, and there's going to be a whistle on the play. Another flag, another false start for the Bearcats. Wow, what a rough first offensive series for not just the Bearcats, but also for new head coach Kyle Peters. That is the third flag on this opening drive. One of them was declined. The others were accepted. So what was a 3rd and 1? It's now a 3rd down and 6. So still somewhat manageable for the Bearcats. But for North Platte, you like what you're seeing a little bit better with 6 yards. We'll actually count it 7 yards left to go. Shotgun formation for Kellen Jones. Jones stepping back, looking to throw. Over the middle, he'll take it himself. Jones stepping up in the pocket to the near side. Kellen Jones stepping back, dodges 1 tackle, and is finally pushed out of bounds on the near side. And a flag, wow, a late flag. Wow, they're going to call a late hit on Reed O'Brien. As Kellen Jones was running out of bounds, they're going to call a late hit, it looks like, on Reed O'Brien. I don't know if I agree if that was too late of a hit as Coach Altig now comes onto the field. So a 15-yard penalty for Reed O'Brien, as they're going to say it's a late hit from O'Brien out of bounds on Kellen Jones, and the field switches into North Platte's territory. 1st and 10 for the Bearcats now at the Bulldog 38-yard line. Shotgun formation, 4 wide receivers on the field. Jones stepping back, looking to throw. Checks it down to Miller on the near side. Miller trying to slip through a tackle and is brought down by Reese Perry. As Perry drags Miller down after at least a 2-yard reception. Or actually a 5-yard reception. Makes it 2nd down and 5 left to go. Now a pistol I formation. In motion comes 2 runners for the Bearcats. Jones now going to look to option it out. He does to Camden Miller. Miller trying to slip through a tackle. He cannot. He's pulled down behind, this time by Trevor Jorgensen. Miller able to pick up 2 yards to make it 3rd and 2. But Trevor Jorgensen from behind holding on to Miller's jersey, and it won't let go. So it's a 3rd down and 2 for the Bearcats at the Bulldogs' 36-yard line with 2:38 left to go in the first quarter on our DNN Event Center scoreboard. Jones now off the right side to Techmeyer, and Adric Techmeyer gets the first down, a pickup of 4 yards for the big fullback. Stifler with the tackle. But Techmeyer gets the first, and now the ball's on the Bulldog 25-yard line. 1st and 10. Bearcats are driving in this opening drive after 3 penalty flags went on their side. They still are driving their way down the field as 2 minutes are about to click on the clock here in this quarter number 1. Now under 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Shotgun formation for Kellen Jones. Miller to his left. In motion now comes Cervantes. Jones now stepping up in the pocket, looking, throwing towards the end zone. There's a wide open man, and that's going to be caught right around the 5-yard line. Picked up by the big tight end, Gabe Brockle. Or Brockley, excuse me. As Brockley picks up 20 yards. So it's 1st and goal. 4 for 4 so far, perfectly for Kellen Jones to start this game, and Brockley was wide open, and now the Bearcats are at the Bulldogs' 5-yard line with 1:30 left to go on our DNN Events Center scoreboard in quarter number 1. Off the right side, there's Miller. Camden Miller falling forward, and Camden Miller might be a yard short. We're waiting for a call from the officials as a Bulldog lost their helmet, and they're going to say Camden Miller falls 1 yard short. 4-yard pickup for Miller makes it 2nd down and about 1 at the Bulldog 1-yard line. Back into that offset eye for the Bearcats. Jones to Techmeyer, and up the middle goes Adric Techmeyer for a 1-yard touchdown run. And that's a touchdown for the Bearcats. And they now strike 2nd, tying potentially this game up, as we actually have an injured Bearcat down at the goal line. As with the heat tonight, expecting potentially a lot of cramps with just how hot it is, and of course it being the first game of this season for either squad. But it was a nice drive for the Bearcats. 12 plays. 12 plays that started at their own 20-yard line. And then it was Techmeyer with that 1-yard TD run, as the injured Bearcats still down at the moment at the goal line. 7-7 or 7-6 pending the extra point on our DNN Event Center scoreboard. Your one place in North Platte that can hold large gatherings or small parties. It's the DNN Event Center. Thank you also to all of our sponsors here for today's game. Shelter Insurance Agents, Pete Voles and Brent Rogo. See Brent or Pete for their competitive auto insurance rates. Also, thank you to our other sponsors that make today's game possible. Otts Marine, North Platte's newest marine shop on South Buffalo Bill. Oopsies. Time to winterize. See Caden and the team at Otts Marine. As the Bearcat player still down but getting helped up. Getting hurt on the play is, I believe that's going to be number 75, which is Wyatt from Rodka, as he is gingerly. He's not even putting any pressure on his left leg. Well, that's not good. So a little bit more than just a cramp right now. He's putting no pressure and getting helped off the field by the trainers. So good to see him at least walking off the field, but not something you want to see early in the season, especially for the senior. Actually, it's a junior, correction. So now here comes the kicking unit for Kearney. Aisher Yaw kicking for the Bearcats as they look to tie this game up following North Platte's early quarter score following the muffled punt. Or excuse me, the muffled kickoff return. Yaw's kick is up, and Yaw's kick is good. Tied 7-7 on our DNN Event Center scoreboard. We come back to Cope Stadium here on FM 98.1, AM 1410, and video live streaming on our Cedar Room live stream at NorthPlattePost.com.
Hands of Heartland has offered support and services for those with developmental disabilities in Nebraska since 1998 and is now bringing those services to the North Platte area. Residential services, respite services, community services, and even day services. Hands of Heartland offers a full array of services from 24-hour supports to just a few hours per week. Learn more today online at handsofheartland.com. That's handsofheartland.com. Hands of Heartland, providing creative opportunities to live and grow.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here to Cope Stadium on FM 98.1, AM 1410, and video live streaming on our Cedar Room live stream, NorthPlattePost.com. Now it's not a 20-play drive. It started at the Kearney Bearcats' 20-yard line, a 12-play drive that ended up with an Adric Techmeyer 1-yard touchdown reception on our DNN Event Center scoreboard. Half and quarter and timeouts are brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. See him on the one-ways at 621 South Dewey, Suite B. Deep to return for North Platte, Tice Rathbun and Liam Bargell, as Aisher Yaw now up to kick things off for North Platte's second offensive possession with 58 seconds left on our DNN Event Center scoreboard, as that kick going all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And North Platte will get good field position for their second possession. Of course, the Bulldogs started their first offensive possession after the muffled kickoff by both Cannon Cope and Jaden Norman at their own 21-yard line. North Platte then went on to score under center with Carter Still and a 1-yard touchdown run. 58 seconds left to go here on our DNN Event Center scoreboard in quarter number 1. Still under center, right behind him, Owen Shea. To the near side, Brecken Corco. To the far side, Connor Stifler in motion. The handoff the right side to Shea, and he's just snuffed immediately on that far side of the field. I believe it's Sam Lundgren. It is now a 2nd down and 9 for the Bulldogs offensively following the 1-yard pickup. 2nd and 9. Shea with that 1-yard run. 13 seconds here left on the play clock. 22 seconds left to go to the end of the quarter. Still under center. Stifler in motion. Off the near side now with it. Once again is Owen Shea. There's a flag on the play from the back judge. Oh, and the ball came out. Oh, a late ball came out, but there's a flag down. Kearney picks it up, but there's a super late flag from the back line judge. Seeing what the call is. It has to be on the side of North Platte. Especially if it was from the back line judge. Oh, he's actually going to have a conversation with Coach Altig. Is it another encroachment? Wow, they were still having a mighty discussion at around the Kearney 20-yard line. Two officials are. Eight seconds left to go on our DNN Event Center scoreboard. Oh, here we go. Wow. Wow, unnecessary roughness against Nathan Vasquez. Another, and I think that's going to be Vasquez getting subbed off. That is the third penalty for Nathan Vasquez in these first two possessions for Kearney defensively. So because of that, it's now a 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs at their own 36-yard line, and Vasquez immediately gets pulled off to the side after his third flag in just two possessions defensively for Kearney. And it was an unnecessary roughness as well. So here come the Bulldogs once again with 5 seconds, but I think they're just going to let the clock run out, and they will. So quarter number one comes to an end. The Bulldogs tied with Kearney and the Bearcats 7-7 on our DNN Event Center scoreboard when we step aside and come back. Quarter number two underway on FM 98.1, AM 1410, and video live streaming on our Cedar Room live stream at NorthPlattePost.com.
Cracked windshield, foggy windows, need custom glass work? Look no further than Larry's Glass in North Platte. For over 40 years, Larry's has been your go-to spot for all things glass. From auto to residential to commercial. If it's glass, Larry's Glass has it covered. Fast, reliable, and done right the first time. Trust the experts at Larry's Glass to keep you safe and looking sharp. Call Larry's Glass today, 308-532-7675, or stop by 211 West 5th. Larry's Glass, where quality is clear as glass.
Experience the beauty of downtown North Platte and enjoy lunch or dinner at the Cedar Room. The Cedar Room is an unparalleled restaurant experience with this unique atmosphere where modern meets rustic. Enjoy a handcrafted cocktail made with the freshest ingredients by a master mixologist while dining from their delicious American fusion cuisine menu. Make a reservation by calling 308-532-4825 or reserve online at thecedarroomne.com. The Cedar Room, 505 North Dewey in beautiful downtown North Platte.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here to Cope Stadium on FM 98.1, AM 1410, video live streaming on our Cedar Room live stream at NorthPlattePost.com. Timeouts are brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortifying Group. See him on the one-ways 621 South Dewey, Sweet Bee, as well as Maple Park Dental and Hands of Heartland. Corco in motion. Up the middle goes Owen Shea following the unnecessary roughness from Nathan Vasquez, and Shea picks up 1 yard. So Adric Techmeyer there on the tackle for the Bearcats. Is to the far side off the field goes Camden Weaver. Bulldogs, again, scored on their opening possession following the muffed kickoff return from Cannon Cope, Jay Norman, and then it was a 12-play drive of 80 yards for the Bearcats to score second. The pitch now out to Brecken Corco, has a little bit of daylight. Corco trying to cut to the far sideline, and he's tackled out of bounds from Sam Lundgren. Pick up a 3 yards for one Brecken Corco, makes it 3rd and 6, well, maybe 4 yards. Call it 3rd down and 5. The first pitch to the outside for Corco today. And now it is 3rd down for the Bulldogs. A manageable 3rd and 6. For this Bulldog offense is still getting the offense set properly. Connor Stifler to the near side at the speed back position. Owen Shea, of course, behind Still. Still stepping back, looking to throw, throwing over the middle, and oh, it's a collision between an official and Charlie Hunter. Hunter was wide open over the middle of the field, but he got collisioned and collided with by the middle official. And because of that, it's an incomplete pass for Carter Still, and that's going to be 4th down and 6, a 3 and out for the Bulldogs. And they will now punt with 11:16 left to go on our DNN Event Center scoreboard. As it's Griffin Whitney, of course, Harper Whitney's younger brother, who's going to be punting for the Dogs this year. Low hanging punt going on over to, and it bounces off the head of Reese Perry, and it's going to be picked up at around the Kearney 37-yard line. It's currently 7-7 on our DNN Event Center scoreboard. For the Bulldogs, leading rusher right now, Owen Shea. 12 yards on our Mitchell Inman CPA game stats. Here's Kearney's second offensive drive. They went 80 yards in 12 plays, leading off with a 1-yard Adric Techmeyer touchdown run. And now they'll start their next possession at their own 36. Single eye formation in the pistol for Kellen Jones. It's Jones. Hands it off to Miller up the middle, and he is just going to go nowhere. As there to make the stuff, Reese Perry, the linebacker, limits that run to only 2 yards from Camden Miller. So far, offensively in the rushing attack, only 8 total offensive yards for the Bearcats. Well, 8 yards rushing for Camden Miller. With 10:27 left to go on our DNN Event Center scoreboard. Off the right side, Miller again. He breaks through one tackle, but won't do it a second time. You know who's there once again? Reese Perry. He blew through the initial stop on the far side by Trevor Jorgensen. And then it was Perry there to clean things up. 3rd down and 6 now for the Bearcats at the Bulldogs, at their own 40-yard line. As Kellen Jones will get the play from the sideline. Big 3rd down potential for North Platte. 3rd and 6. Shotgun formation, 3 wide receivers on the field, 2 to the far side, 1 for the near side. Jones in that shotgun formation, stepping back, looking to throw, going deep down the near sideline. He has a man wide open. It's Norman, and he overthrows the wide open Jaden Norman. He had his step on Carter Still, and that's the first incomplete pass today for Kellen Jones, and it is another punt opportunity. It was the first punt opportunity for Kearney, and frustration from the Bearcats sideline as Norman wide open, and it's Kellen Jones overthrowing his intended receiver. And now to punt for Kearney, Escher Yaw with deep returning for the Bulldogs on this punt return. Griffin Whitney. Actually, correction, Tice Rathbun as Escher Yaw gets off a high, wobbly kick and just going to let that fall and take a nice Bulldog bounce. And picked up at the 26-yard line by Abel Lefebvre. And here comes the 3rd offensive opportunity for North Platte. They had a punt last drive out as they couldn't get a first down. 3 and out. This time they start at their own 26-yard line. Can the Bulldogs offense find some success in their 3rd possession? Again, they were gifted an opportunity in their first possession following the muffled kick by Cannon Cope and Jaden Norman. But now under center, Carter Still. Owen Shea right behind him. 1 wide receiver to the near side. In motion comes Brecken Corco. Off the right side, it's Shea. Shea trying to bounce to the outside, but he's stuffed absolutely immediately by Preston Ehlers at the line of scrimmage. It is no gain on the play for Owen Shea as he tried to bounce it off the right tackle, but couldn't get anything as Ehlers from his strong safety position comes up and makes that stop. So it's 2nd down and 10 with 9:05 left to go on our DNN Event Center scoreboard. 7-7 the tie ball game here. Bulldogs at their own 26-yard line. 2nd and 10. 2 wide receivers to the far side. Might be seeing Connor Stifler in motion. It's Corco in motion. Then with the end around, it's Stifler. Stifler going to go absolutely nowhere as Adric Techmeyer blows through the center of the offensive line and makes a huge stop on Connor Stifler. He might have had the edge, but that is a loss. 5 yards for Connor Stifler. And now it's 3rd and 15 for the Bulldogs offense as Adric Techmeyer blows that play up. And now it's a 3rd and forever for the Dogs with 8:17 left to go here in their second possession. Trying to avoid a punt in 2 straight offensive tries. Carter still under center. Corco comes in motion. Still going to keep it himself. Now pitches it to Corco. Corco has some daylight, but he's going to be dragged down from behind by Cannon Cope. So Corco would at least get 6 yards in return to make it 4th and 9. Biggest run for Corco today, but it's going to be another punt for the Bulldogs as it's 4th and 9. And deep to return, Jaden Norman with Griffin Whitney punting for North Platte here in this second quarter. Bless you. As we're tied 7-7 with 7:24 left to go on our D&N Event Center scoreboard. Right off Walker Road in North Platte, the D&N Event Center is the most versatile event center in the area. Very low, wobbly kick that's not going to go far. Oh boy, that kick's going to, oh, he's walking it, still walking it, still walking it, and it's going to be at the Bulldog 42-yard line. So that punt essentially goes 15 maybe total yards from the line of scrimmage. Not the best punt for Griffin Whitney. And now out comes Kellen Jones for a second time. Overthrew his receiver. Shotgun formation, 2 motion men to the far side. Jones steps back. He's looking to throw. Looking, stepping up in the pocket. Now he's going to take off himself. Or it looks like he's going to take off. And it finally will before he's dragged down on the near side by Shane Patterson. So a 2-yard pickup on the near sideline. Shane Patterson getting in there to make the stuff at linebacker against Kellen Jones. 2-yard pickup, make it 2nd down and 8. Now pistol formation. JT Cunningham is now in at running back for the Bearcats. Jones. Now we'll hand it off to the right side to Cunningham. Boy, he has some daylight. JT Cunningham into the open field. He cuts up and now will fall flat at the Bulldogs' 28-yard line as JT Cunningham. His first carry today, and it's a pickup, 10 yards for Cunningham to make it 1st down and 10. First down and 10 for Kearney and the Bearcats at the Bulldogs' 27-yard line. And 2 men in motion. Broccoli as well as Cervantes. And now we're going to have a flag on the play. The near side official blows it dead. So we'll have an offsides as Grayson Couts offsides. It's a 5-yard penalty for North Platte, and it's now 1st and 5 for the Bearcats offensively, now pushing their way up to the Bulldogs' 23-yard line. .543 left to go on our D&N Event Center scoreboard here in this first half. Pistol formation once again as in motion to the near side. Broccoli as well as Cannon Cope. Jones to Cunningham. Cunningham cutting to the far side. Oh, and a great tackle as he was just about to cut up field and make some progress. It was Tice Rathbun making a huge stop on the far side. The junior stopping the progress from JT Cunningham. 2nd down and 3, a 2-yard pickup for Cunningham, but a good stop on what could have been a huge play for Cunningham as Rathbun near the line of scrimmage makes the tackle. 2nd down and 3 at the Bulldogs' 21-yard line. 2 wide receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side, being Norman. In motion comes not only Cope, but also Broccoli. Jones, Cunningham again. He'll look to run the same play, and he'll get enough for the 1st down, and then a couple extra yards after that. As Jake Kincaid able to come from behind and stop J.T. Cunningham as he cut up field. 1st and 10, and now the Bulldogs' 14-yard line. 7-yard pickup for J.T. Cunningham as they give Camden Miller some rest. Still that pistol formation. Three wide receivers on the field, 2 to the near side, 1 to the far side being Cope. It's Cope in motion. Handoff to Cunningham off the right side. Cunningham trying to break through a tackle. He was slowed up a little bit by Reese Perry before he picked up 6 yards. D'Angelo Mata being credited for that tackle. 5-yard pickup for J.T. Cunningham. Cunningham has runs of 10, 7, and now 5 for Kearney on this possession. They started at their Bulldogs' 42-yard line, and now there's 4:04 left to go for halftime. 2 tight ends set to the right side. Now to the left comes Cunningham. Both of those tight ends are in motion, Techmeyer and Broccoli. Jones, now counter, and here comes Cunningham with some great patience. J.T. Cunningham falls forward inside the Bulldogs' 5-yard line. He now goes all the way to the 2. So an 8-yard pickup. 1st and goal for J.T. Cunningham in this Kearney Bearcats offense at the 2-yard line. First and goal, Bulldogs 2. 2 wide receivers, offset eye, still in that pistol. The handoff to Cunningham up the middle, but there is nowhere to go. The Bulldog defense coming up strong there. Owen Shea in the mix. Also in the mix for the Bulldogs defensively, Cash Gams, number 76. So no gain, 2nd down and 2. Offset eye, Jones to Techmeyer, and Adric Techmeyer rolls into the end zone. Techmeyer's 2nd touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown run for Techmeyer. And now the lead is 13-7 on our DNN Event Center scoreboard following the extra point from Escher Yaw. 1 for 1 so far tonight. Is he going to go 2 for 2? Perfect snap. Kick is up, and it is good. And it's now 14-7 on our DNN Event Center scoreboard when we come back to Cope Field on FM 98.1, AM 1410, and video live streaming on our Cedar Room live stream at NorthPlattePost.com.
The Mid-Plains Community College Stampede is riding into the Sutherland Rodeo Arena for 3 action-packed nights of college rodeo. September 17th through the 19th, watch the best cowboys and cowgirls from across the Great Plains region compete for the gold buckle. The chutes open at 7 p.m. each night. Tickets are just $10 at the gate, and kids 10 and under get in free. Who will ride away with the gold buckle? Come find out at the Mid-Plains Community College Stampede. Let's ride.
Experience the beauty of downtown North Platte and enjoy lunch or dinner at the Cedar Room. The Cedar Room is an unparalleled restaurant experience with this unique atmosphere where modern meets rustic. Enjoy a handcrafted cocktail made with the freshest ingredients by a master mixologist while dining from their delicious American fusion cuisine menu. Make a reservation by calling 308-532-4825 or reserve online at thecedarroomne.com. The Cedar Room, 505 North Dewey in beautiful downtown North Platte.
North Platte Post Sports.
With 2:53 left to go here before the halftime, Kearney takes the lead 14-7 on our DNN Event Center scoreboard. Our timeouts are brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortifying Group. Also, thank you to our sponsors for today's game, Shane Mock with Lastly Land Residential. It's time to mock it your home. See Shane Mock with Lastly Land Residential today. High, deep kick. That's going to go all the way into the end zone for a touchback with Liam Bargell and Tice Rathbun there to see that go. Also, thank you to our other sponsors for today's game, Hands of Heartland. Hands of Heartland has offered support and services for those with developmental disabilities in Nebraska since 1998. As well as our other sponsors here, Mid-Plains Community College, Bill Summers, Ford, Honda, Nissan, Puro Clean, and Larry's Glass. First down and 10 for North Platte High School as they start at their own 20-yard line following another touchback. They have punted in their previous 2 offensive possessions. As Corco was in motion off the right side, Owen Shea, he'll go really nowhere as Adric Techmeyer there to make the stuff immediately, so no gain for Shea. It's 2nd and 10. Dogs trying to go off this right side have not been too successful as Techmeyer has really been the, so far, thorn in the side for this Bulldogs offensive line. Actually, they got him 1 yard, late change. 2nd and 9. As Carter still under center. 1 wide receiver to the far side, 1 to the near side. It's Stifler in motion. The pitch out to Connor Stifler. He has nowhere to go, and guess who's there once again? It's Adric Techmeyer. Another loss on the play for North Platte's offense. 4-yard loss for the Bulldogs, and now they have a timeout on the field. First charge timeout of the half for North Platte offensively, as we'll now go to 2 minutes. Was 2:07 on the score clock, but now 2:11 on our DNN Event Center scoreboard. Expos to railways, rail days, weddings to great gatherings. When you think of events, think of the DNN Event Center. 2:11 till halftime. 14-7. It's now 3rd and 13 for the Bulldogs offensively. As the Bearcats have, after giving up that initial touchdown following the muffed kickoff from Cannon Cope and Jaden Norman, have been just unstoppable defensively, and the Bulldogs have really gotten no progression offensively. Third down and a long 13 yards to go for the Bulldogs. As Carter still going to keep it, tries to pitch it to Corco, but there's just nothing going on as coming in from the secondary, Preston Ehlers. And Corco gets no yards on that pitch out, as it was a late pitch from Carter still, and there's another timeout on the field, this time from Kearney and the Bearcats. Timeouts brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortifying Group. See him on the one-ways, 621 South Dewey, Suite B. So Kearney with 2:05. Going to get another offensive possession before the end into halftime. Bulldogs will receive the second half kick. So it's going to be Griffin Whitney punting. So here we go. 2:05 left to go. There will be the 2-minute warning, of course, for Kearney if they can at least get the ball before that time expires. Griffin Whitney did not have a good punt last time he went out. Can he do a little bit of a better job this time? He's deep, and there's a flag on the play. I think we're going to have a false start for the Bulldogs. Yep. False start for the Bulldogs. It's Owen Shea. Got a little too jumpy, and what was a 4th and 13 is now a 4th and 17. So 2 minutes, 5 seconds left to go here in this second quarter, as now Whitney in his own end zone for this 4th and 17. As good snap. Much better kick from Griffin Whitney as Norman's going to pick it up. See where they spot him. At the 44-yard line. So another punt for North Platte results in the 4th offensive possession here for the Bearcats. That will start at the Bulldogs' 44-yard line with 2 minutes left to go on our DNN Event Center scoreboard. The Bulldog defense has had some success getting some stops from Kearney, but the last possession, 2-yard touchdown run from Adric Techmeyer. It's now 14-7. Jones stepping back, looking to throw, stepping up in the pocket, still stepping up, but he's going to be brought down by the Bulldog defense. He'll get 1 yard, so I might not be assessed with a sack. Actually, he'll get 2 yards on the play. As Carson Altig and a gaggle of white jerseys there to stuff Kellen Jones, who was 4 for 6 on the day. 2nd and 8. With now 1:26 left to go. The clock is running. Kearney down to just 1 timeout left. Jones stepping back, looking to throw. Quick throw to the near sideline to Cannon Cope, and Cope will run out of bounds. So a pickup of 10 yards for Cannon Cope. Five for 7. So it's now the Bulldog 32-yard line. 14-7 on our DNN Event Center scoreboard as Kearney threatening to score. Before we go into halftime, the Bulldogs will get the second half kickoff. 2 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Cervantes in the slot. Caden Miller goes to the right of Jones, stepping back, looking to throw. Checks down now to Miller. Miller's got a lot of daylight. Camden Miller, oh, he breaks through a tackle, and Miller steps out of bounds at the 18-yard line. Tice Rathbun at least forcing Miller out of bounds, because if he did not, that was going to be a touchdown for Camden Miller. 12-yard pickup, 1st and 10. And it's now the North Platte 18-yard line, and the clock stops with 1 minute and 8 seconds left to go before halftime on our DNN Event Center scoreboard. Pistol formation. 2 wide receivers to the far, 1 to the near side, being Jaden Norman. To the left of Jones goes Miller. Jones stepping back. Another check down to Miller. There's a Bulldog there immediately, and it's Carter Still, and then Reese Perry. Camden Miller goes nowhere, and they're going to have to hurry up with 58 seconds. They got 1 yard to Camden Miller. 2nd down and 9. 50 seconds. Boy, they're wasting a lot of clock here. A lot of clock. There's now just under 40 seconds left to go. 4 wide receivers. Broccoli in the slot to the near side at tight end. Jones stepping back, looking. He's almost going to be brought down by a Bulldog, and here comes Kellen Jones towards the end zone. He's got a wide open man. It's Jaden Norman. He is absolutely wide open in the back of the end zone, and it's a touchdown of 18 yards to Jaden Norman. They missed him earlier. So, hold on a minute now. Might be there's a flag at the 15. Oh my good heavens, an ineligible man downfield on the side of Kearney will erase that touchdown throw to Jaden Norman. Another costly blow for Kearney makes it 2nd down and 15. Or excuse me, 3rd and 15 with an ineligible man downfield. So Jones stepping up and rolling out, going towards the end zone again. It's tipped through 2 hands. It was intended in the back of the end zone for Frazier Foster. Actually, correction, that's going to be Camden Miller, who was intended in the end zone, but it was tipped through the fingertips of Elijah Hole. And that's an incomplete pass. Oh no, Hole thought that Hole thought that was for him, but it was open man being Miller in the back of the end zone, but it's tipped out as it should be 4th and 15, but on the far side, they're keeping it at 3rd and 15. So looks like a sideline official is messed up, and I think we're going to see a timeout from, we are going to see a timeout from head coach Kurt Altig, a first team timeout today. Timeouts are brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. 17 seconds left to go on our DNN Event Center scoreboard. Thank you to our sponsors for today's game. Justin Thompson Agency with American Family Insurance. With the ever-changing industry standards, they pride themselves on top-notch customer service no matter what type of insurance you're looking for. And Maple Park Dental. Maple Park Dental Associates have the best quality dental care and the friendliest staff with top-notch dentists in 4 different locations: North Platte, Sutherland, Broken Bow, and Ogallala. 17 seconds left to go. Kearney has 1 timeout left. North Platte has 2 following the timeout on the defensive side from head coach Kurt Altig. The Bulldogs defensively in these last couple of seconds have given up some big play opportunities for the Bearcats, so I'm glad to see Coach Altig at least calling a timeout to get the defense situated, as there's 4 wide receivers on the field. 3 to the far side, one of them being Broccoli, the tight end. 1 to the near side being Jaden Norman. Kellen Jones in the shotgun with Miller to his left. Jones stepping in the pocket, going down the seam. It's picked up by Hole. A grab by Elijah Hole. I'm actually going to say that's Cervantes, so 1st down and goal at the Bulldogs' 5-yard line. And now we're going to see, I think, another timeout. I think Kearney. So the officials called the timeout as Kellen Jones fires it to Cervantes, Cody Cervantes. A 15-yard pickup for Cervantes. And there's 9 seconds left to go on our DNN Event Center scoreboard. Second and 5. Kearney comes out quickly. Jones in the shotgun. Now rolling here to his left. Kellen Jones stepping back now to the opposite side. Jones had a man open in the end zone. He now cuts upfield. Jones, it might be a yard short. He is going to be a yard short. Wow, the Bulldog defense comes up clutch. And Kellen Jones, who's a little slow to get up, will not. Oh, we have a Bulldog limping off as well on the far side. But that is how this quarter comes to an end, and the first half comes to an end for the Bulldogs as they stop what was a drive from Kearney at the 1-yard line from Kellen Jones, and we head into halftime with North Platte High School trailing the Bearcats just by a touchdown, 14-7 on our DNN Event Center scoreboard. Oh my gosh, what an opening half this has been. The Bulldogs struck first after it was a muffed kickoff from Jaden Norman and Cannon Cope colliding with each other. And then the Bulldogs scored on a 1-yard touchdown run from Carter Still. And then from that point on, it was the side of Kearney and the Bearcats who were then able to score twice. A 2-yard run from Adric Techmeyer on a 6-play drive, and then a 1-yard touchdown run from Techmeyer on a 12-play drive. But it all comes to naught in the final couple of seconds as Kearney was unable to score, and we head into halftime. A 14-7 lead for the Bearcats as North Platte has kept it close. We're going to step aside and we're going to take a break. Quick Stop halftime show right here on FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming on our Cedar Room live stream at NorthPlattePost.com.
Great Plains Pediatrics is growing, and so is the exceptional care your family deserves. Please welcome Dr. Volkortson to the team, joining Doctors Lopez, Mosel, and Parikh in providing compassionate, expert pediatric care for children from newborns through teens. Whether it's your baby's first checkup or your teenager's annual visit, they are with you every step of the way. 308-568-3580 to schedule an appointment. Great Plains Pediatrics.
Cracked windshield, foggy windows, need custom glass work? Look no further than Larry's Glass in North Platte. For over 40 years, Larry's has been your go-to spot for all things glass. From auto to residential to commercial, if it's glass, Larry's Glass has it covered. Fast, reliable, and done right the first time. Trust the experts at Larry's Glass to keep you safe and looking sharp. Call Larry's Glass today, 308-532-7675, or stop by 211 West 5th. Larry's Glass, where quality is clear as glass.
Headed to the lake or coming back home? Make the new Quick Stop your stop. At the new number 28 location, Quick Stop has everything you need. An unbeatable selection of wine, beer, and spirits, fresh hot Piccadilly pizza, and delicious crispy crunchy chicken. All the fueling options you'll need, including clear 91 octane premium fuel. Perfect for boats and jet skis, plus clear 87 octane for mowers, trimmers, and other small engines. While you're there, check out the one-of-a-kind mural artwork at number 28. Swing by Quick Stop at Buffalo Bill and Walker Road. Quick Stop, convenience at its best.
Great Plains Pediatrics is growing, and so is the exceptional care your family deserves. Please welcome Dr. Volkortson to the team, joining Doctors Lopez, Mosel, and Parikh in providing compassionate, expert pediatric care for children from newborns through teens. Whether it's your baby's first checkup or your teenager's annual visit, they are with you every step of the way. 308-568-3580 to schedule an appointment. Great Plains Pediatrics.
When second's making a play, short's got it covered.
A winning insurance strategy doesn't rely on one person.
Good hustle, good hustle. Communicate with your guys and make sure everyone's in the right coverage.
It takes a team that knows its roles well, working together to provide an exceptional experience.
Set the screen. You have to protect yourself. 1, 2, 3, Wildcat!
At Shelter Insurance, you can count on our local agents and award-winning customer service to help you protect what matters most.
Hi, I'm Pete Volts in North Platte. Let me show you why so many clients recommend us to their friends and family.
Cracked windshield, foggy windows, need custom glass work? Look no further than Larry's Glass in North Platte. For over 40 years, Larry's has been your go-to spot for all things glass. From auto to residential to commercial, if it's glass, Larry's Glass has it covered. Fast, reliable, and done right the first time. Trust the experts at Larry's Glass to keep you safe and looking sharp. Call Larry's Glass today, 308-532-7675, or stop by 211 West 5th. Larry's Glass, where quality is clear as glass.
Fall in love with your smile and the experience. From fillings to implants, wisdom tooth extractions, dentures, and partials. Maple Park Dental Associates does it all with care, comfort, and results you'll love. They can even help smooth facial lines and wrinkles for a refreshed, confident you. Now serving North Platte, Sutherland, Broken Bow, Ogallala, and Mullen. Maple Park Dental Associates. Love your smile.
We all plan to be on time, but fender benders, damaged windshields, and slick roads quickly disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design personal protection plans that work for you and help keep you on track. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
For auto, home, life, farm, or business insurance, see me, Pete Volts.
The Dogs play here on FM 98.1 and 1410 AM. Head to Merrick's. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Check out their nightly specials from 4 to 8. $12.50 dinners and includes 2 sides. That's Merrick's.
North Platte Post Sports.
Quick Stop
Headed to the lake or coming back home? Make the new Quick Stop your stop. At the new number 28 location, Quick Stop has everything you need. An unbeatable selection of wine, beer, and spirits, fresh hot Piccadilly pizza, and delicious crispy crunchy chicken. All the fueling options you'll need, including clear 91 octane premium fuel. Perfect for boats and jet skis, plus clear 87 octane for mowers, trimmers, and other small engines. While you're there, check out the one-of-a-kind mural artwork at number 28. Swing by Quick Stop at Buffalo Bill and Walker Road. Quick Stop, convenience at its best.
North Platte Coast Sports.
Welcome back here to Cope Stadium on FM 98.1, AM 1410, video live streaming on our Cedar Room live stream. I'm Paxton. It is halftime, guys. It is 14-7 on our DNN Event Center scoreboard. Timeouts are brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortified Group. Take a little time for what matters most, protecting what you've worked hard for. Stop by Fortified Group and get a quote on your crop, farm, auto, home, and home insurance. Personalized coverage, local service, insurance you can count on. Fortify Group. Also, thank you to our other sponsors, Shelter Insurance Agents, Pete Voles and Brent Rogo. Let Pete Voles and Brent Rogo assist you in your auto, home, and life insurance needs. And Mr. Shane Mock. See Shane Mock for your next sold sign. Mock, yeah. Quick Stop halftime show, 28 locations open 24 hours a day. The Bulldogs have stuck with Kearney through most of this game, but offensively they continue to struggle after starting this game with impressive field position following a muffed kickoff from Jaden Norman and Cannon Cope, who collided with each other and gave the Bulldogs their first drive starting at their own at the Bearcats' 21-yard line. North Platte then only needed 5 plays to drive it all the way in for a Carter Still touchdown from the 1-yard line. And that was when the Bulldogs started off 7-0, but the Bearcats were able to answer back immediately with a 12-play, 80-yard drive that started at their own 20-yard line and ended up with an Adric Techmeyer 1-yard touchdown run. Then both teams went on a bit of a punting streak. North Platte finished the quarter with 4 straight punts in a row compared to the Bearcats, who finished their 4th offensive possession, failing to reach the end zone and falling just a yard short, Vince Young style. You know, again, Vince Young style, like Rams and Titans-esque 1 yard short. But the Bearcats did answer on their 3rd drive with a 6-play, 2-yard touchdown run from Adric Techmeyer, his 2nd of the day, that gave Kearney, at the moment, it's now 14-7 lead. It hasn't been all panic from the Bulldogs offensively. Yes, you can sit there and look at what's happening offensively, but it's not the end of the world. It could be much worse for the Bulldogs offense, but they still are only trailing by just a handful of points, just 1 touchdown to be exact, 7-14. We come back, we're going to jump into our Mitchell Inman CPA game stats right here on FM 98.1, AM 1410, video live streaming on our Cedar Room live stream at NorthPlattePost.com.
We all make plans for the future, but car accidents, break-ins, and unexpected fires can disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design insurance plans that work for you and help protect what matters most. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Hi, I'm Brent Rogo. Let's talk about your auto, home, and life needs.
Hands of Heartland has offered support and services for those with developmental disabilities in Nebraska since 1998 and is now bringing those services to the North Platte area. Residential services, respite services, community services, and even day services. Hands of Heartland offers a full array of services from 24-hour supports to just a few hours per week. Learn more today online at handsofheartland.com. That's handsofheartland.com. Hands of Heartland, providing creative opportunities to live and grow.
Cracked windshield, foggy windows, need custom glass work? Look no further than Larry's Glass in North Platte. For over 40 years, Larry's has been your go-to spot for all things glass. From auto to residential to commercial. If it's glass, Larry's Glass has it covered. Fast, reliable, and done right the first time. Trust the experts at Larry's Glass to keep you safe and looking sharp. Call Larry's Glass today, 308-532-7675, or stop by 211 West 5th. Larry's Glass, where quality is clear as glass.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here to our Quick Stop halftime show. 28 locations open 24 hours a day. Quick Stop, always open right around the corner. All right, everybody, it's time to jump into our Mitchell Inman CPA game stats. From touchdowns to tax returns, the numbers matter. And your game stats today are brought to you in part by Mitchell Inman CPA. It's a bit rough to look at the total offensive numbers for the Bulldogs when you compare it to Kearney, but the numbers, yes, tell a story in terms of how effective the Kearney offense has been, but the points still stand at North Platte trailing just by 7. Total yards, 151 for the Bearcats, 64 rushing, 87 passing, compared to the Bulldogs, 28 total yards, 18 rushing, 10 passing, and a lot of it's just, unfortunately, they haven't really been able to find that really big run when they've tried to either throw it to the outside of Brecken Corco or Connor Stifler, and then the inside attack has not been as effective with Owen Shea after a good start to the first drive for the Bulldogs. The subsequent drives after that have not been as productive, and a lot of it actually goes to Adric Techmeyer. Techmeyer, I think, already in this game has 3 tackles for major losses against 2 to Connor Stifler and 1 to Brecken Corco. And that's really where the problems have been. The Bulldogs interiorly have struggled in some moments to stop Techmeyer on those pitches to the outside and allow the Bulldogs wide receivers to get some good blocks to get things set up offensively. And that's really where the problems are hopefully going to be resolved in the second half. Can the Bulldogs find at least a big play? If they can find a big play, then things are going to be going in the right direction. But there's where your initial problem is. I don't know where that big play is going to come from, which is a little frightening if you think about it. But the Bulldogs, once again, do have plenty of time to really figure that out. They're only trailing by 1 touchdown, which compared to last season when they went into halftime trailing by multiple touchdowns, I think going into that halftime it was 28-0 on our DNN Event Center scoreboard. To only be down 1 touchdown is outstanding. Take your mind back 3 years ago on this very day when the Bulldogs fumbled on the 2-yard line twice against the Bearcats, a defense, and were unable to really capitalize on those opportunities and went into halftime trailing Kearney by 7. They did, lose the game after that point. But still, signs of life are still present for this Bulldogs squad. It's up to them to really see if they can find the rest of that offensive and defensive push. We'll step aside and take a break. We come back here. I'm going to give you our Owls Lock and Save keys to the second half on FM 98.1, AM 1410, and video live streaming on our Cedar Room live stream at NorthPlattePost.com.
PuroClean of North Platte delivers fast water, mold, and fire damage restoration services to the North Platte area. PuroClean knows how challenging those times can be to you and to your family. Their Nebraska-based experts have a winning, reliable combination of training and equipment partnerships. Local, fast service in the North Platte area. Their average on-site time is 60 minutes, and they'll coordinate with your local insurance provider. Give PuroClean a call now at 1-800-775-7876 and schedule a visit from a member of the team at PuroClean in North Platte.
Chad's at Runza.
Post-workout fuel.
Then you want the Cobb salad.
You got protein?
44 grams of it.
Ha, respect.
Popcorn chicken, crumbled bacon, hard-boiled egg, tomatoes, cheddar.
For the gains.
And a side of Runza homemade ranch.
For the soul.
Try Runza's Cobb salad. Available for a limited time. Because from the way we make it to the way it makes you feel, Runza makes it all better.
Looking for your next ride? Come to Bill Summers Auto Group in North Platte. Whether it's a brand new Ford, Honda, or Nissan, or a reliable pre-owned vehicle, we got the inventory to match your needs and budget. Our dedicated sales staff is here for you before, during, and after the sale. Plus, great financing options are always available. Family is our business, and we can't wait to welcome you to ours. Stop by South Highway 83 in North Platte. Bill Summers Auto Group, open 24/7 at BillSummers.com.
Your feet carry you through long workdays, busy weekends, workouts, and everything in between. So when something hurts, it's hard to ignore. At Great Plains Foot and Ankle Specialists, they treat heel pain, plantar fasciitis, ingrown toenails, sports injuries, diabetic foot care, and more. Their experienced team focuses on real solutions, not quick fixes, so you can get back to moving comfortably. Don't let foot and ankle pain slow you down. Call Great Plains Foot and Ankle Specialists today and stay active with less foot pain.
PuroClean of North Platte delivers fast water, mold, and fire damage restoration services to the North Platte area. PuroClean knows how challenging those times can be to you and to your family. Their Nebraska-based experts have a winning, reliable combination of training and equipment partnerships. Local, fast service in the North Platte area. Their average on-site time is 60 minutes, and they'll coordinate with your local insurance provider. Give PuroClean a call now at 1-800-775-7876 and schedule a visit from a member of the team at PuroClean in North Platte.
Great Plains Pediatrics is growing, and so is the exceptional care your family deserves. Please welcome Dr. Volkortson to the team, joining Doctors Lopez, Mosel, and Parikh in providing compassionate, expert pediatric care for children from newborns through teens. Whether it's your baby's first checkup or your teenager's annual visit, they are with you every step of the way. 308-568-3580 to schedule an appointment. Great Plains Pediatrics.
Start your day with gourmet coffee with Quick Stop's 100% Arabica house blend and Quick Stop's Seattle Buzz coffees. Quick Stop Rewards offering exclusive discounts and fuel rollbacks. Savings up to 15 cents per gallon with Sinclair Dino Pay using your debit or credit card. Quick Stop can refresh with Frazzle Gourmet Slushes and For Real shakes and smoothies. Or customize your favorite fountain drink with flavor shots and everyday low prices on your favorite beers.
Always open right around the corner. Quick Stop.
Beware, Runz's new saucy popcorn chicken might have you catching feelings, like Steve here.
I thought it was just a simple snack, but now it's a craving that can't be stopped.
3 bold new sauces.
Sweet chili, garlic parmesan, golden barbecue.
A whole new way to enjoy the supremely sauceable, poppable, can't be toppable, but only available for a limited timeable snack of the season.
I thought this was more than a summer fling.
Try Runz's saucy popcorn chicken, available for a limited time. Because from the way we make it to the way it makes you feel, Runza makes it all better.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here to the Cope Stadium on FM 98.1, AM 1410, video live streaming on our Cedar Room live stream at NorthPlattePost.com. It's time for our Owls Lock and Safe keys to the second half, and we need to start offensively. So far defensively for the Bulldogs, it's not been the end of the world. They've given up 151 total yards to Kearney's offense, which, again, in grand total it looks kind of rough, but they've only given up 14 points in doing so. So this game is still within touching distance for the Bulldogs offense, but it really needs to turn around on the offensive side. Kearney is getting a much better push up front that is allowing them to really dictate the physicality and the running game for the Bulldogs offense. So North Platte needs to be on the other end of that spectrum and be the team that dictates the push and dictates the pace of play. And if they can do that, then, you know, this Kearney team has yet to really pop off offensively with a huge play, and the Bulldogs are still there. Defensively, still keep doing what you're doing. You haven't really given up a lot of big chunk plays. It's been a lot of small to medium rushes of like 3 to 5 yards. So if you don't give up the big chunk play, you'll be good to go, and I want to see that in the second half. Step aside, take a break, and when we come back, second half starts right here on FM 98.1, AM 1410, video live streaming on our Cedar Room live stream, NorthPlattePost.com.
Thanks for listening to the Quick Stop Halftime Show. Second half action is next on FM 98.1.
Mom, what's everybody doing this summer?
Easy. Hanging out at Dave's Place, pizza and wings.
The pizza is awesome. The wings are amazing.
And we've got cold, refreshing drinks, weekday nightly specials, and a family-friendly atmosphere that's perfect for lunch or dinner.
So basically, it's the coolest place in town.
Whether you're grabbing lunch, bringing the family, or meeting up with friends, Dave's Place Pizza and Wings is your summertime place to be.
See you at Dave's Place. Whoop-whoop!
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back to Cope Stadium. The second half is about to get underway here on FM 98.1, AM 1410, and video live streaming on our Cedar Room live stream at northplattepost.com. Timeouts, half-inning breaks, brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. You can see him on the one-ways, 621 South Dewey, Suite B, for all your farm, crop, auto, home, and commercial insurance. North Platte, who deferred the opening kickoff, now will be the team that will receive this second half kickoff from Kearney and the Bearcats. Again, trailing 14-7 on our DNN Event Center scoreboard. Check out the DNN Event Center for all upcoming events and children's sports leagues. It's Tice Rathbun, Liam Bargel back to receive for North Platte High School. They've yet to have a kickoff return, as it's always gone into the back of the end zone from Escher Yaw. But maybe this is maybe this second opportunity in this start of the second half would be it. 14-7 the lead for Kearney and the Bearcats. So North Platte will lead this second half. Can they do exactly what they did in the opening kickoff of the first half by scoring a touchdown? So far have punted in their last 4 offensive possessions. As Escher Yaw, low kick, but that's going to fly all the way into the end zone and out the back for a touchback. And with that, the Bulldogs will come back and start their offense in the second half. Grand total of only 28 yards through this first half of play. First 24 minutes, 18 rushing, 10 passing. Can the Bulldogs find something here? The only pass completion to Matthew Heisel from the Bulldog offense. Carter still once again under center. One wide receiver to the near side, one at the slot. Off the right end, here comes Owen Shea. He has some good patience, and he falls forward for a 3-yard pickup for Owen Shea. As he'll make it 2nd down and 7 for the Bulldogs, and that's exactly what they need. Smaller plays that, yes, they don't get you much, but at least it's better than a loss of 5 or a no gain. So a 3-yard pickup from Shea is exactly what the Bulldogs offense needed as Reese Perry goes in motion to the far side. Shea once again, the back. In motion comes Brecken Corco. Carter still stepping back. Looking to throw down the middle of the field, and it's going to be a pass interference. It's intercepted, though, by one Cannon Cope, but that's not going to matter as that's a pass interference. Going to go against the Bearcats. Reese Perry, the intended reception guy, or the intended receiver, but a pass interference from the Bearcats will result in North Platte still having possession of the football. As that was a costly throw that was tipped down the middle off of Reed O'Brien's fingertips. So that pass interference, I think, was called originally on Frazier Foster, the safety, as he gets in the way of Reed O'Brien's potential catch. And that's now a 1st down and 10 for the Bulldogs at the Bearcats' 38-yard line, as we are going to have a discussion with the officials yet again. Is it maybe on the spotting of the ball? Well, now it looks to be we're under the okay. 11:13 left to go on our DNN Event Center scoreboard. 14-7 is the lead. Oh, Bulldogs in a pistol formation. Hello. As with that, ball's on the floor, and it's going to be picked up by the Bearcats. I was just about to say a new look for North Platte High going in the pistol as Carter still tried to hand the ball off to Owen Shea up the gut, and it falls right out of his hands into the hands of the Bearcat defense. Sam Lundgren was there to pick the fumble up, and it's a turnover for North Platte. And what was looking like a positive drive for the Bulldogs will now go the other way. 1st and 10 for the Bearcats as they now start at North Platte's 34-yard line. As they now threaten to score in their first offensive possession of the second half. The handoff to JT Cunningham here on the near side. Cunningham with some daylight. He's into the open field at the 20. Cunningham pushed out of bounds. As he gets all the way to the 13-yard line from JT Cunningham. As Connor Stifler with the big stop. So that run from JT Cunningham, 15 yards, makes it 1st and 10 at the Bulldogs, 13 in the red zone once again. Jones in the pistol. Off the right side, Cunningham again. He bounces it, tries to bounce it again. He breaks through one tackle, but not another. As he's brought down on the far side, JT Cunningham, who's shown a lot more burst than Camden Miller so far in this game, makes it 2nd down and 8, a 2-yard pickup for Cunningham, the junior. 2nd and 8 now at the Bulldogs' 10-yard line. Actually, 2nd and 7, they'll give him an extra yard. So 3 yards for JT Cunningham. Jones in that pistol formation once again. Hands it off to Cunningham. Boy, is he blown up immediately and falls down. Oh my gosh. Coming up the middle, Owen Shea stuffs JT Cunningham for a loss of 2. It's 3rd and 9 now for Kearney. As Shea with a 2-yard tackle for loss on Cunningham. Read that play beautifully, and out coming off the field comes Techmeyer. Pistol formation. Oh, and now a timeout's probably going to have to be called by Kearney as there's confusion on the sideline of the personnel needed out there. And there is a timeout for Kearney, their first of this half, as it was Techmeyer who was coming out, and then coming in was Cody Cervantes. I think they were down 2 players on that offensive side. But nonetheless, timeouts are brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. See him on the one-ways, 621 South Dewey, Suite B. Personalized coverage, local service, insurance you can count on. Fortify Group. Also, thank you to our other Sports Zone sponsors for today's game. Otts Marine, winterize now, save the expense later. Otts Marine in North Platte on South Buffalo Bill. And Justin Thompson Agency with American Family Insurance. With the ever-changing industry standards, they pride themselves on top-notch customer service, no matter what type of insurance you're looking for, farm, ranch, auto, home, life, or business. Check them out today, North Platte, Ogallala, Broken Bow, and Ord. So following the confusion from the Bearcats, and they had to waste a timeout, it's now 3rd down and a long 9 yards. They're going to throw 4 wide receivers on the field, 3 to the near side, Cope, as well as Broccoli and Cervantes to the far side, Jaden Norman. JT Cunningham still in at running back. Kellen Jones in the shotgun formation. Cunningham to the right. In motion comes Cervantes to the right side. Jones stepping back, going to the back zone of the end zone, and it's in and out of the hands of Cannon Cope. 4th down and 9, and the field goal unit comes out with Escher Yaw for Kearney. Trying to go to that end zone fade. But Cope couldn't get around in time and find the ball, and it goes out of his hands. Too high as well. And here comes a field goal to start this third quarter for the Bearcats with 9:45 left to go on our DNN Event Center scoreboard. Escher Yaw from the 13-yard line. Kick is up. It is way up, and it's all the way through for Escher Yaw. Field goal is good. It's now a 10-point lead for Kearney. 17-7 on our DNN Event Center scoreboard. Check out the DNN for all of your upcoming events, as well as children's sports leagues. As I agree, 3 points is better than 7, Carl, but still points are on the board. It's how you answer back after the Bulldogs fumbled, bringing out a new look offensively. They went to the pistol for the first time this season, and on that first play, immediately fumbled the handoff to Owen Shea and turned the ball over. Thank you to our other sponsors for today's game, Hands of Heartland, as well as Great Plains Health, Fortify Group, Merrick's Ranch House, as well as Great Plains Foot and Ankle. 17-7 on our DNN Event Center scoreboard. Here comes Escher Yaw once again. Deep to return, Liam Bargel for North Platte High School, and Tice Rathbun. 9:42 left to go on our DNN Event Center scoreboard in this third quarter. A punt on the Bulldogs' 13-yard line, a field goal from the Bulldogs' 13-yard line from Escher Yaw makes it a 10-point lead for Kearney here on the road to open up the season for North Platte. Yaw, high end-over-end kick. It's going to once again go into the end zone for a touchback. So for what feels like the 6th straight time, the Bulldogs are going to start at their 20-yard line. So they start for the second offensive possession of the second half. They fumbled on their previous possession on the handoff between Still and Shea. And now, with 9:42, can the momentum be found once again for this North Platte offense? Carter Still under center, 2 wide receivers, well, 1 on the field, 1 to the near side, being Reed O'Brien. In motion comes Corco. Off the right side, Shea with a hesitation. Up he goes, driving those legs. Oh, and Shea's still going, and he will fall a yard short. A 9-yard pickup for Owen Shea, his longest run today. And that is exactly what the Dogs need from the big power back. Of course, Will Rathjen was last year's power back, led the team in rushing, 332 total yards. Then was Owen Shea after that. He needs to really pick up the mantle of the power horse back. 2nd and 2 for the Bulldogs at their own 28-yard line. Now under 9 minutes to go in the third quarter. As Still finally gets under center. 1 wide receiver to the near side. Corco in motion. Up the middle goes once again Owen Shea, but he goes nowhere. He might have lost a yard, but they'll say he got back to the line of scrimmage. The man who was immediately there to stop him, Nathan Vasquez, after Vasquez had a terrible first half, makes a big stop right there. It's 3rd down and 2 now for the Bulldogs offense. To the far side, Reed O'Brien goes. And Kearney switches their defense up as with 16 seconds on the play clock, Carter Still gets the call in. Wouldn't be shocked if we see a pitch play to Connor Stifler on this 3rd and 2. Carter's still going to keep it himself and pitch to Stifler. Stifler has the outside edge. Can he cut up? Failed. He falls forward, and they'll give him the first down. 2-yard pickup for Connor Stifler, his longest run today, his only 2nd carry today. Actually, correction, his 3rd. He had one earlier that went for no yards. So 2-yard pickup for Stifler makes it 1st and 10 at the Bulldogs' 30-yard line with 7:50 left to go. As subbing out and checking in comes Will Theringer. 2 wide receivers on the field for North Platte. 3 wide receivers in the pistol once again. Carter's still with it. He'll now roll to his right. Still looking to throw. Still in some trouble, and he is sacked. And he goes absolutely nowhere but backwards from Sam Lundgren. That is a big mistake from Carter Still as he took a costly sack. And he goes back 9 yards to 2nd down and 19 following the Lundgren sack. Not what the Bulldogs needed as Carter Still tried to get that pass off, but unfortunately had nowhere to go, and now it's 2nd and 19 as the Dogs trying to get an offsides jump for the Bearcats and almost do on the near end with Peyton Meyer. But still, again, under center, 2 wide receivers to the far side with 1 second on the play clock, and North Platte now has to use a timeout as they were running out of time offensively, and a first used timeout of this third quarter. 6:47 left to go on our DNN Event Center scoreboard. Timeouts brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. See him on the one-ways, 621 South Dewey, Suite B. 17-7. Next game for the Bulldogs will be next week against Grand Island and the Islanders. For football and for volleyball, we will be live on the air on FM 98.1, AM 1410, and as always, live streaming on our Cedar Room live stream in Broken Bow for the Bulldogs' first game of the year versus Broken Bow. Be me and our new sports director, Hayden Coker, be on the call for that game. Happy to see Mr. Coker make his way up from Alabama safely here and ready to see what he has to offer. 2nd and 19 for the Bulldogs here in this third quarter with 6:47 left to go. Carter Still once again under center. 2 wide receivers to the far side. In motion, Brecken Korko. There's going to be an end around to Stifler. Stifler trying to bounce around Techmeyer, and he will lose another 5 yards. So Stifler's night goes from bad to worse when it comes to his runs to the outside. He loses 5 more. As Adric Techmeyer once again, who has been making those plays all night for the Bearcats defense, makes it 3rd down and 24. And I don't know what you're going to do here as the Bulldogs. Probably attempt to pass, which has had some varying success. 1 pass interference and a 10-yard pickup by Matthew Heisel. But 2 wide receivers to the near side, Still under center. Still stepping back, rolling to the near side, looking to throw. Still throwing, picking it up, and finding his man, and it goes out of bounds. A strong pickup of at least 7 yards to Charlie Hunter. That's Hunter's first reception, 7-yard pickup. As Peyton Meyer is able to push Hunter out of the way. It's 4th and 17 for the Bulldogs offense here with 5:30 left to go. And once again, it's Griffin Whitney. Back to punt, deep to return for Kearney being Jaden Norman. High snap. Kick is up. Very, very high kick as Norman's going to wave it off and picks it up at the 49-yard line. So another punt for the Bulldogs. Puts Kearney in good field position at around midfield. The Bulldog 49-yard line. They kicked a field goal on their last possession from Escher Yaw to make it 17-7 on our DNN Event Center scoreboard. From expos to rail days, weddings to great gatherings. When you think events, think of the DNN Event Center. So here comes Kellen Jones once again out there. It'll be interesting to see who he has at running back. Camden Miller is out there now. Cervantes to the near side. 2 wide receivers to the far side being Cope and Norman. Pistol formation. Cervantes in motion. Now Jones going to keep it and pitch it out to Cervantes. Cervantes cutting up and is immediately stuffed and fell down after he is hit hard on the far side by Shane Patterson, the linebacker. Backup quarterback and linebacker as Cervantes picks up 4 for Kearney. Second down and 6. First rush today for Cervantes. As we have a little bit of a blood moon out tonight. Very, very dark red. As pistol formation once again for Camden Miller behind Jones. Play action pass. Jones firing to a wide open man being Broccoli. Broccoli at the 35-30, breaks through one tackle and is falling down at the 21-yard line. As Cade Broccoli, with his second reception, had one of 20, and now has another of 23. 10 of 13 today for Jones, and that's another big reception of 23. First and 10 for the Bearcats at the Bulldogs, now 20-yard line. So far, 3 possessions, and Bearcats trying to find somebody to get on. Adric Techmeyer now comes on late. 9 seconds left to go on the play clock. I think the Bearcats going to have to call a timeout here. 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3, 2, and they just barely get it off. Miller now bounces to the far side, but Owen Shea blows that play up, and now he's down on the floor. Uh-oh. He gets up slowly. A little scary. It looks like he got, I think, a cramp right now. He's slowly running to the sideline, but there was Owen Shea once again exploding through the heart of the offensive line for a loss of 2 to Camden Miller, who's not had a good night for the Bearcats rushing attack. 2nd and 12 at the Bulldogs' 22-yard line. To the far side now is Peyton Meyer at fullback. Play action pass. The throw to Meyer at the 20-yard line. He breaks through one tackle and is tackled from behind by Reese Perry. Solid pickup of 9 yards, it looks like, from Peyton Meyer to make it 3rd down and a manageable 3 for the Bearcats at the Bulldogs' 11-yard line. Big stop potentially on the way for North Platte's defense. They've been bending but not breaking so far ever since Kearney got those 2 touchdowns. They have a rush up the middle. Oh, Camden Miller just squeaks by, and Miller now at the 2-yard line falls to around the 1. There was a blitz up the middle from Shane Patterson, but Miller was able to bounce around that and get all the way to the Bulldog 2-yard line. 1st and goal at North Platte's 2-yard line. A pickup of 11 yards for Camden Miller, his longest run tonight. And with 2 minutes left to go in this 3rd quarter on the D&N Event Center scoreboard, Kearney threatening to score once again. Single line formation, 2 tight ends to the near side. Jones under center. He's going to hand it off to Techmeyer, and the 3rd touchdown is crossed by Adric Techmeyer from 2 yards out. And Techmeyer now has 3 touchdowns on the day, and the lead now grows 23-7 on our D&N Event Center scoreboard. 8-play drive from Kearney results in a touchdown, and here's Escher Yaw on his way to kick a field goal. Snap, hold, kick is up, and it's good. And with that, we'll head into a break. We come back. The Bulldogs will receive the kickoff on FM 98.1, AM 1410, and video live streaming on our Cedar Room live stream at NorthPlattePost.com.
We all make plans for the future, but car accidents, break-ins, and unexpected fires can disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design insurance plans that work for you and help protect what matters most. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
See me, Pete Volz, proudly serving Western Nebraska.
Experience the beauty of downtown North Platte and enjoy lunch or dinner at the Cedar Room. The Cedar Room is an unparalleled restaurant experience with this unique atmosphere where modern meets rustic. Enjoy a handcrafted cocktail made with the freshest ingredients by a master mixologist while dining from their delicious American fusion cuisine menu. Make a reservation by calling 308-532-4825 or reserve online at thecedarroomne.com. The Cedar Room, 505 North Dewey in beautiful downtown North Platte.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here to Cope Stadium on FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming on our Cedar Room live stream at NorthPlattePost.com. 8-play drive results in a 2-yard touchdown run from Adric Techmeyer. His third today makes it 24-7 on our DNN Event Center scoreboard. Timeouts are brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortifying Group. You can see him on the one-ways, 621 South Dewey, Suite B. As well as our other sponsors for today's game. I actually have to reset this real quick because it's gonna irk me that it's not center of the screen. It is. It's just off center in the picture. Oh, better. All right, here we go for the Bulldogs. I formation. 2 wide receivers to the near side. Oh, Carter still drops the football. It's on the floor. And it's going to be at least a loss of 1 for North Platte. 2nd and 10. Should be 2nd and 11 following the fumbled snap from Still with 1:32 left to go now in this third quarter on our DNN Event Center scoreboard. Bulldogs waiting for the sign on the near side. In at speed back, Tice Rathbun to the near side. Still under center. Kobe Simance also in a power back, I think. Up the middle, I think, is Kobe Simance, and he goes absolutely nowhere. They'll get a singular yard. So he's got back to the original line of scrimmage from the first run today for Kobe Simance. To the near side, Reese Perry. And I believe also Camden Weaver at speed back. Yeah, I believe that's Camden Weaver to the near side at speed back for North Platte High School. Simons in at power back. In motion comes Corco. Still going to keep it himself and pitch it here to Brecken Corco. Oh, he breaks through 2 tackles before he is hit hard and then pulled to the ground. Corco with his best run of the day picks up 7 for the Bulldogs, but it's going to make it 4th down and 6. Correction, a 4-yard pickup. I say his momentum stopped. And that is how this third quarter is going to come to an end. North Platte trailing 24-7. Will they go for it on 4th down and 6? When we come back, you'll have to find out on FM 98.1, AM 1410, a video live streaming on our Cedar Room live stream at NorthPlattePost.com.
Hands of Heartland has offered support and services for those with developmental disabilities in Nebraska since 1998 and is now bringing those services to the North Platte area. Residential services, respite services, community services, and even day services. Hands of Heartland offers a full array of services from 24-hour supports to just a few hours per week. Learn more today online at handsofheartland.com. That's handsofheartland.com. Hands of Heartland, providing creative opportunities to live and grow.
Fall in love with your smile and the experience. From fillings to implants, wisdom tooth extractions, dentures, and partials. Maple Park Dental Associates does it all with care, comfort, and results you'll love. They can even help smooth facial lines and wrinkles for a refreshed, confident you. Now serving North Platte, Sutherland, Broken Bow, Ogallala, and Mullen. Maple Park Dental Associates. Love your smile.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here to Cope Stadium, FM 98.1, AM 1410. The Bulldogs are going to go and punt it at their own 25-yard line as we start quarter number 4. Another punt. So far today, 6 punts and a turnover for the Bulldogs. As once again, Griffin Whitney ready to launch it to the sky. Up it goes, end over end. Norman's going to call for the fair catch. It's a good kick for Griffin Whitney. Goes all the way to the 42-yard line. All Our half-inning breaks and timeouts and quarter breaks brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. See him on the one-ways, 621 South Dewey, Suite B. As well as Hands of Heartland, Maple Park Dental, and Shane Mock with Lashley Land Residential. JT Cunningham in at running back now for Kearney. As out comes Kellen Jones. Ball at the Kearney 42-yard line. Pistol formation, 2 wide receivers to the far side, Norman and Cervantes. Cope to the near side. In motion comes Cervantes. Cunningham up the middle. Kincaid right there to stop JT Cunningham for a 3-yard gain. 2nd down and 7 is JT Cunningham having a much better night than Camden Miller when it comes to rushes. 2nd and 7. Clock ticking away. Another pistol formation. Same look. 2 wide receivers to the far side. Norman to the near side. Jones in that pistol formation. Hands it off once again to the left side of J.T. Cunningham. Cunningham cuts upfield, squeezes through 2 Bulldog defenders before he's rolled forward. Oh, really good pickup for J.T. Cunningham, as he'll pick up solid 4 yards to make it 3rd down and 3 for Kearney. With 10:49 left to go on our DNN Event Center scoreboard here in this quarter number 4. Pistol once again. 2 wide receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Jones now looking to option it out. Kellen Jones pitches it to Cunningham. He's tripped up, but Cunningham, he might be like half a yard short. Oh my heavens, that spot's going to be crucial. It's 4th down and 1 on the far side. The Bulldog defense tripping up JT Cunningham. And it's 4th and 1. Is Kearney going to go for it? They are. As onto the field comes Camden Miller. Cunningham checks out. He's actually limping towards the sideline as Cunningham. But a big 4th down and 1 for the Bulldogs defense. Kellen Jones back to the huddle he goes with 10 seconds on the play clock. Shotgun formation. Miller to the left of Jones. Oh, did the Bulldog jump off sides or did we get a false start? It could go both ways. Oh, a delay of game on the offensive side. So just trying to force the Bulldogs to jump off sides. But the Bulldogs didn't bite. And here comes Escher Yaw out to punt for the 2nd time today for Kearney. With deep returning for North Platte being Tice Rathbun. 24-7 on our DNN Event Center scoreboard with 10:29 left to go. As Yaw steps all the way back to the now 33-yard line. 5 seconds on the clock. And we're going to have to see maybe another timeout or a penalty be taken by Kearney, as they ran out of time on the play clock. Delay of game. So back-to-back delay of game penalties from the Bearcats. Man, they have been so sloppy today, Kearney has. This is just very uncharacteristic from this squad. But, of course, new head coach Kyle Peters taking over for the calm, cool, and collective Coach Cool. Was not expecting this many penalties to go on Kearney's side, but North Platte's been unable to really take advantage of said penalties as Escher Yaw. High end-over-end kick. Going to be very low, and Rathbun's going to let it drop, go to the 20, and be picked up maybe at around the 17-yard line in North Platte territory. North Platte, who has punted 6 times tonight and had a turnover, have yet to score in those 7 different times. Could this be the difference maker? Can this drive be the drive? They really need to start to kick their offense into gear. Trailing 24-7 on our DNN Event Center scoreboard. They just haven't had that push up front that they need to create enough holes. They'll get one good run, and then the subsequent runs after really struggle. As 1st and 10 at North Platte's 17-yard line. There was a flag on the far side. And that goes against Reese Perry, actually. There was a hold against Reese Perry. So the ball was slotted to be at the 17-yard line, but now they're going to push him back even further with the hold on the receiving team. So now North Platte's offense sets up at said 17-yard line. So, I think the chains are still being adjusted. Okay, they are, I was going to say. So the Dogs will start, inside their own 10 at the 8-yard line. Here in this quarter number 4, it's 1st and 10 at the 8. As up the middle goes one Owen Shea with it, and he spins, twirls, and falls down for a, looks like 2-yard pickup for Owen Shea. 2nd down and 8 for North Platte High School. As lots of substitutions coming on for the Bearcats. A lot of new faces out there as they try to rest up as much as they can. 9:47 left to go on our DNN Event Center scoreboard. Now Still going to keep it himself. Tries to cut up Phil. Squeaks through one tackle, but not another. And Carter Still falls forward to the 15-yard line. Pick up. It's 3rd down and 3 yards. 5-yard pickup for Carter Still. A crucial 3rd down right here for North Platte. Pinned back deep in their own territory at their own 15. They're trying to get somebody to jump off sides with 13 seconds on the play clock. Now 10 seconds left to go. Still under center. Had Stifler in motion. Now is Corco. Pitch out to Brecken Corco. Boy, he's got some blockers in front of him. Corco gets the 1st down and then some. He's pushed out of bounds. As an North Platte coach falls down. A great run for Brecken Corco. See where they spot him. He gets a 1st down and then some. He'll get enough for the 1st to the 25, so a 10-yard pickup for Corco, his best run tonight, and it's 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs, and that's the blocking that they've been looking for all night, has North Platte been. With 8:50 left to go on our DNN Event Center scoreboard. Still stepping back, looking to throw. Throwing down the middle. Oh, and it's in and out of the hands of his intended target. Being Reed O'Brien. He had nobody near him. And he dropped the pass. Carter Still 2 for 4 now on the night passing. O'Brien had plenty of daylight to make some moves if he did not drop that ball, and now it's 2nd down and 10 here in the 4th quarter. Pistol formation once again. The handoff, actually keeper from Carter Still. Still with some daylight, still into the open field. He falls at the 39-yard line. Carter Still with a quarterback keeper. That pistol formation still not the prettiest. But it gets to the 38, a 14-yard pickup for Carter Still. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs with 8:27 left to go. Again, that pistol formation not looking too hot, but an option, a read option from Carter Still, and he takes it up 14 yards. 1st and 10 now at the Bulldog 38. They pitch out to the near side. Here comes some daylight. I believe that's one Connor Stifler, and he gets bundled up by a lot of blue jerseys. It's actually that's actually Camden Weaver. Weaver gets his first touch today. Pickup of 8 yards, and the Bulldogs now running hurry up. Seeing a lot of new looks for North Platte already in this game. Number 1, a pistol formation, some hurry up offense. 2 wide receivers to the far side, 1 very far away. We're back in that pistol set. That's a bad snap, and Carter Still is able to fall on it. It'll be a loss of 1 yard, but a bad snap from under center results in a loss, oh boy, more than just, I think, 1 yard. Oh, it is just 1 yard specifically, so 3rd and 3. A game-defining 3rd down here for the Bulldogs with 7:18 left to go on our DNN Event Center scoreboard. On the field, Charlie Hunter. One wide receiver to the near side, one to the far side. And there's going to be a false start on the Bulldogs' offensive line on that right end. And that's going to push him back even further. And that's going to go against the senior Jake Kincaid as he gets a little happy on the run and jumps. A rare mistake you normally don't see from someone like Kincaid, and it's 3rd down and a long 8 with 6:55 left to go here in this 4th quarter. 14 seconds left on the play clock. 2 wide receivers to the far side for North Platte. I think Brecken Corco back in at speed back. It is Corco in motion. They'll pitch it out to Corco. He got a little bit of some blockers ahead of him, but not enough. And he is swarmed down by so many blue jerseys, including the first on the scene, Will Ferringer. And it's a loss of 2 for Brecken Corco. And what was developing to be a great offensive possession for the Bulldogs turned into nightmares with some 2 back-to-back bad plays and a penalty, and they now will have a 4th and 11 where they will be going for it with 6:08 left to go. They're bunching up the near side, and head coach Kyle Peters is going to call a timeout as his defense was out of position. Oh, that's the wrong button. Don't look at that. Ignore that. So Kyle Peters calls another timeout, which are brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. Check him out on the one-ways, 621 South Dewey, Suite B. Thank you again to our other sponsors as well for tonight's Bulldog action. Maple Park Dental. Maple Park Dental provides regular checkups and cleanings, plus any dental care anyone in your family needs. So is Shane Mock with Lashley Land Residential. Buy, sell, list, market your home with Shane Mock with Lashley Land Residential. Get it? Because market, mock it. Good writing there by our salesman, Louis Carlini. So it's 4th down and a long 11. The Bulldogs are going for it with 6:05 left to go. They need a Christmas miracle. They want to get this as they now overload the far side of the field. Corco in motion, and we're going to have another flag. This was thrown from the near side judge at around the 36-yard line. Wow. My gosh, a neutral zone offsides from Kearney, so the Dogs now get a free 5. So that helps from a 4th and 11 to a 4th and 6. That might change the play call up just a little bit. And 4th and 6. 1 wide receiver to the near side. They're going to overload this. Our near side. I say that, but now they're going to put a wide receiver to the far side. We can see a throw from Carter Still. Still. Stepping back. Rolling to the near side. Looking to throw. Still throwing up and over his intended target. Incomplete. There on the defense was Will Ferringer. His intended target, Reed O'Brien, got bounced around a little bit, and that is a turnover on downs for North Platte. And with that, Kearney takes over with 6 minutes left to go, leading 24-7 on our DNN Event Center scoreboard. And we see a new quarterback out on the field. Frazier Foster, number 8, is in. Actually, Frazier Foster, who's listed as a quarterback, is in. But their actual quarterback that's coming out, Caden Kohler, the senior. As Kohler getting a talk from the near sideline, and he'll step out onto the field. A lot of substitutions. Slade Steffen checks in as well. Frazier Foster, the running back, also in. As Foster, the lead back behind Caden Kohler. 6 minutes left to go. The handoff to Foster up the middle, and he is tackled by a lot of white jerseys at the 40-yard line. A 2-yard pickup for Frazier Foster. So Foster picks up his first carry of 2 yards from Caden Kohler, the senior. And Kearney going to try to ice this game out. 2 wide receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side being Beckett Pennington. Pistol formation for Kohler. The handoff. Foster with it, jukes through 1 tackle and will fall forward at around the 38-yard line. 3-yard pickup. Makes it 3rd down and 6 for Kearney from Foster. Now under 5 minutes left to go here in quarter number 4 on our DNN Event Center scoreboard. 24-7, the lead for the Bearcats, as they've put their second unit out on the field offensively. Kohler now in the shotgun formation to his left. Frazier Foster, 3 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Kohler with the read option, takes it himself and goes nowhere. As Colden Kohler, goes nowhere. Big Jake Kincaid there to make the stop. It's a 4th down for Kearney as they get back to the line of scrimmage on that read option. 4th and 6, and once again out to kick, Escher Yaw. This is only the 3rd punt today for Kearney. 2 coming from their first team offense, and then, of course, 1 coming off of the second team offense. As 8 seconds left to go in the play clock. It looks like they're going to try to pin the Bulldogs deep. They'll take another delay of game penalty and push that Kearney offense back. Another 5 as JT Cunningham subs on. So it's still 4th down. Just 4th and 11 now. But it's going to give more area for Escher Yaw to work with and try and pin North Platte deep with Tice Rathbun deep returning for North Platte. 3:36 left to go, but it also keeps the clock running with 3:30 left to go on our DNN Event Center scoreboard. Kearney leading 24-7. Oh, very high snap. Somehow Escher Yaw is able to catch it high into the sky. That ball goes, and it takes a nice Kearney bounce to the 20. Disaster averted for the Bearcats as Escher Yaw had to make an incredible leaping grab as that ball was hiked way over his head, and he still somehow was able to get it off. And with 3:16 left to go, here comes North Platte once again out on the field to go with offensively. As Carter still, no pun intended, under center. As a lot of late rotations come in for Kearney. Oh, they might have too many men on the field. Can North Platte get the hike? No, they cannot in time. Still going to keep it himself. Cut up field. Carter still to the far side. He has some daylight. Still cutting through defenders, and he falls to the North Platte 39-yard line. Carter still with an 18-yard run. Just what the doctor needed there to at least find some momentum for North Platte offensively. 1st and 10 now at their own 38. As Bulldogs now with 2:54 left to go on our DNN Event Center scoreboard, trying to hurry things up offensively. Still, as a man in motion, gonna pitch it out. Oh, that ball's on the floor. Tice Rathbun fumbles it. Still on the floor, and it's picked up by Kearney and the Bearcats. Oh, actually, it squirted out the last second, and I think North Platte picks it back up. Rathbun, who fumbled it, picks it back up. So a little bit of some panic there as Rathbun couldn't hold on to the pitch, got a little too far down the field with his looks and his eyes. They'll lose 4, but the Bulldogs still maintain possession Loss of 4 for Tice Rathbun. As he comes in motion almost again. Now then end around, but Carter Still's going to keep it himself and run right up the middle to get back almost to the original line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 11. As we have a player down on the field right now, who now gets back up. As Javier Copley made the tackle and now will run off with 1:37 left to go. It's 3rd down and 11 for the Bulldogs offense. Deep in their territory at the 37. Carter Still looking for somebody, throwing it wide open, man, and it's in and out of the hands again of a Bulldog, and I believe that's Camden Weaver. It is Camden Weaver, wide open once again. The ball is not placed perfectly by Carter Still, but another drop for the Bulldogs offense when they had some daylight in front of them. It was Reed O'Brien earlier in this quarter, and it was Camden Weaver right there. And the Bulldogs will stay out on a 4th and 11 with 1:26 left to go. 3 wide receivers, single eye formation for Carter Still. Still now stepping back, looking to throw. Deep down the middle of the field goes that ball, and it's overthrown. And that's another turnover on downs for the Bulldog offense. 2nd turnover on downs for North Platte today. And that is essentially how this game is going to come to an end. A 24-7 victory for Kearney, as all they got to do really is probably just, they can kneel it out, I think, if I got to do my math correctly here. Yeah, pretty much they can just kneel it out, I think, the rest of the way and call it good. We'll see what Coach Kyle Parks wants to do, or Kyle Peters, excuse me, wants to do. They'll at least run one more play, it looks like, with Colden Kohler once again under center. He'll actually step down and take the knee to avoid any troubles under center, and Kearney's going to open the season 1-0 as they take down North Platte High School 24-7 in this game number 1. I think the first half had its opportunity that the Dogs capitalized early on, which is what you want to see, but they just didn't have that same level of offensive success that they had in that first possession throughout the rest of not only quarter number 1, but every single quarter afterwards. As with 9 seconds, Kohler going to eat the clock all the way down and then take another knee. And that'll do it for this ball game. But the Bulldogs ended after, of course, picking up the touchdown, their very first offensive possession of the game. Punt, 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 turnover, punt, punt, turnover on downs, turnover on downs. So the offense started out great, but just couldn't find that same level of success the rest of the way, and it all started at the front of attack. North Platte High School just got kind of bullied around at the line of scrimmage. Aiden Techmeyer just blew through too many openings to affect the plays, and unfortunately for North Platte High School, they're going to come on the receiving end of their first loss of the season with a 24-7 defeat to the Bearcats of Kearney High School. But it's really not the end of the world. The season is still young, and holding this Kearney offense to just 24 points, bending but not breaking, is very, very good. I think they gave up 38 points against the Bearcats last year at home. Now, granted, that was a different Bearcats squad that had a lot of really explosive talent, but the Dogs stuck with it defensively and didn't allow Kearney to take over this game and just score points on points on points. So they were just unable on their end to find the same amount of production. That'll do it for this game. Bulldogs fall to the Bearcats 24-7 on our DNN Event Center scoreboard. We're going to step aside and we're going to take a break. When we come back, it is our Quick Stop post-game show. 28 locations open 24 hours a day. Quick Stop, always open right around the corner.
When second's making a play, short's got to cover.
A winning insurance strategy doesn't rely on one person.
Get a good hustle,
Two things. Communicate with your guys and make sure everyone's in the right coverage.
It takes a team that knows its roles well, working together to provide an exceptional experience.
Set the screen. You have to protect yourself. 1, 2, 3, Wildcats!
At Shelter Insurance, you can count on our local agents and award-winning customer service to help you protect what matters most.
See me, Brent Rogo, proudly serving North Platte and the surrounding communities.
PuroClean of North Platte delivers fast water, mold, and fire damage restoration services to the North Platte area. PuroClean knows how challenging those times can be to you and to your family. Their Nebraska-based experts have a winning, reliable combination of training and equipment partnerships. Local, fast service in the North Platte area. Their average on-site time is 60 minutes, and they'll coordinate with your local insurance provider. Give PuroClean a call now at 1-800-775-7876 and schedule a visit from a member of the team at PuroClean in North Platte.
Hands of Heartland has offered support and services for those with developmental disabilities in Nebraska since 1998 and is now bringing those services to the North Platte area. Residential services, respite services, community services, and even day services. Hands of Heartland offers a full array of services from 24-hour supports to just a few hours per week. Learn more today online at handsofheartland.com. That's handsofheartland.com. Hands of Heartland, providing creative opportunities to live and grow.
Mom, what's everybody doing this summer?
Easy. Hanging out at Dave's Place, pizza and wings.
The pizza is awesome. The wings are amazing.
And we've got cold, refreshing drinks, weekday nightly specials, and a family-friendly atmosphere that's perfect for lunch or dinner.
So basically, it's the coolest place in town.
Whether you're grabbing lunch, bringing the family, or meeting up with friends, Dave's Place Pizza and Wings is your summertime place to be.
See you at Dave's Place. Whoop-whoop!
Looking for your next ride? Come to Bill Summers Auto Group in North Platte. Whether it's a brand new Ford, Honda, or Nissan, or a reliable pre-owned vehicle, we've got the inventory to match your needs and budget. Our dedicated sales staff is here for you before, during, and after the sale. Plus, great financing options are always available. Family is our business, and we can't wait to welcome you to ours. Stop by South Highway 83 in North Platte. Bill Summers Auto Group, open 24/7 at BillSummers.com.
Fall in love with your smile and the experience. From fillings to implants, wisdom tooth extractions, dentures, and partials. Maple Park Dental Associates does it all with care, comfort, and results you'll love. They can even help smooth facial lines and wrinkles for a refreshed, confident you. Now serving North Platte, Sutherland, Broken Bow, Ogallala, and Mullen. Maple Park Dental Associates. Love your smile.
Start your day with gourmet coffee with Quick Stop's 100% Arabica house blend and Quick Stop's Seattle Buzz coffees. Quick Stop Rewards offering exclusive discounts and fuel rollbacks. Savings up to 15 cents per gallon with Sinclair Dino Pay using your debit or credit card. Quick Stop can refresh with Frazzle Gourmet Slushes and For Real shakes and smoothies. Or customize your favorite fountain drink with flavor shots and everyday low prices on your favorite beers.
Always open right around the corner. Quick Stop.
PuroClean of North Platte delivers fast water, mold, and fire damage restoration services to the North Platte area. PuroClean knows how challenging those times can be to you and to your family. Their Nebraska-based experts have a winning, reliable combination of training and equipment partnerships. Local, fast service in the North Platte area. Their average on-site time is 60 minutes, and they'll coordinate with your local insurance provider. Give PuroClean a call now at 1-800-775-7876 and schedule a visit from a member of the team at PuroClean in North Platte.
Mom, what's everybody doing this summer?
Easy. Hanging out at Dave's Place, pizza and wings.
The pizza is awesome. The wings are amazing.
And we've got cold, refreshing drinks, weekday nightly specials, and a family-friendly atmosphere that's perfect for lunch or dinner.
So basically, it's the coolest place in town.
Whether you're grabbing lunch, bringing the family, or meeting up with friends, Dave's Place Pizza and Wings is your summertime place to be.
See you at Dave's Place. Whoop-whoop!
Mock, yeah. Mock listed. Mock sold. Mock lists and sells your home. Shane Mock. Mock it down. Take another look. Just mock it down. Shane Mock. He ain't mocking around. Who ain't? Shane Mock. Listing, buying, selling. Shane with Lashley Land Residential. You want it sold? Mock, yeah. That's Shane Mock with Lashley Land Residential. Mock it down.
Hands of Heartland has offered support and services for those with developmental disabilities in Nebraska since 1998 and is now bringing those services to the North Platte area. Residential services, respite services, community services, and even day services. Hands of Heartland offers a full array of services from 24-hour supports to just a few hours per week. Learn more today online at handsofheartland.com. That's handsofheartland.com. Hands of Heartland, providing creative opportunities to live and grow.
Life is loud, chaotic, hilarious, and occasionally peaceful. Your life fits you, so why settle for life insurance that fits someone else? At Shelter Insurance, our local agents help you design a personal protection plan backed by award-winning customer service. We're your shield. We're your shelter. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Ask me, Pete Volz, about Shelter's home, auto, and life options.
Fall in love with your smile and the experience. From fillings to implants, wisdom tooth extractions, dentures, and partials. Maple Park Dental Associates does it all with care, comfort, and results you'll love. They can even help smooth facial lines and wrinkles for a refreshed, confident you. Now serving North Platte, Sutherland, Broken Bow, Ogallala, and Mullen. Maple Park Dental Associates. Love your smile.
Chad's at Runza.
Post-workout fuel.
Then you want the Cobb salad.
You got protein?
44 grams of it.
Ha, respect.
Popcorn chicken, crumbled bacon, hard-boiled egg, tomatoes, cheddar.
For the gains.
And a side of Runza homemade ranch.
For the soul.
Try Runza's Cobb salad. Available for a limited time. Because from the way we make it to the way it makes you feel, Runza makes it all better.
The Dogs play here on FM 98.1 and 1410 AM. Head to Merrick's. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Check out their nightly specials from 4 to 8. $12.50 dinners and includes 2 sides. That's Merrick's.
It's the Quick Stop post-game wrap-up. Quick Stop never closes with 24 locations open 24 hours a day.
Welcome back here to our Quick Stop post-game show. 28 locations, open 24 hours a day. Quick Stop, always open right around the corner. I'm Paxton Gordon, joined by head coach Kurt Altig, who has climbed up so many stairs. I think he doesn't want to see stairs once again. Coach, first game of the season, you fall to Kearney and the Bearcats 24-7. The scoreboard looks much better than it did a season ago, but had some little bit of some issues in this game against the Bearcats. Defensively, you bend, but you didn't break. But offensively, you're really unable to capitalize on many of the Kearney mistakes with penalties.
Yeah, you know, they had a really good defensive front and a couple guys that flat out kind of out-athletic us. And, you know, there's lots of plays where we don't block guys, and then we don't block them because usually they can't make plays. And they were able to make those plays. You know, I told the guys tonight, you know, 8-1 still sounds pretty good to me. We're so much farther ahead where we were last year, you know, on this exact time, even though, you know, our record's going to be the same. But, you know, 50% of the state, you know, is 0-1, and the other 50% is 1-0 right now. So, you know, we'll learn from this, but then we're looking forward to Grand Island. You know, starting tomorrow, looking forward to Grand Island next week.
Yeah, you really could. I mean, it's a firm stamp of this team has made it leaps and bounds further than they did a year ago at this time. You know, because a year ago this time, while that game was close in the first half, the mistakes just continued to pile up, whether it be penalties or turnovers. You only had 1 turnover this game, so yes, you did technically lose the turnover battle, but the amount of mistakes penalty-wise that, you know, Kearney did compared to you is just ginormous. So you can see that extra year of experience did help in that regard tonight.
You know, yeah, we came out and, you know, the little things that we talk about a lot, the penalties and the turnovers, you know, we did a really good job. You know, you can't really start the game any better with the kickoff. You fumble and you recover it and you go down and you score a touchdown. You know, but they have a really good team. You know, it's Kearney. Kearney always puts a really good product on the field. They're going to be athletic all over the place. You know, the score, you know, 24-7. But I think there's about 4 different plays that if we, you know, connect and you know, or we pitch the ball, you know, and I pitch the ball and then take off running
Yeah.
instead of the other way around. We're scoring touchdowns. You know, a couple passes, we had guys running wide open. So there's lots of good things to hang our hats on. You know, obviously you never want to lose a game, but at the same time, you know, there's a lot for us to build on. You know, we had some guys play an immense amount of time. We had some young guys that, you know, we called on tonight that we weren't sure quite how they were going to do, and they did pretty well. And, you know, the future's pretty bright for the rest of the season. You know, it stinks that, you know, you come out and you lose your first game, but, you know, once again, rebound and go on a hot streak here, and we look back at the season, and you know what, Kearney, again, they're always a good team.
Yeah, and again, as you said, it's a very long season. It's only game number 1, and, you know, you really can't take too many big takeaways from a game number 1 because there's so many other types of things that teams are going to have to go through. Even for a team that just has that extra year of experience and isn't as, you know, shocked under the bright lights like they were a year ago, there's still things that everyone can learn upon, and you talked about some of those learnings. What other things did you really like from what your team showed today, whether it be on the offensive side or the defensive side?
Oh, we just came out and we just grinded. You know, we played our brand of football. You know, offensively, we would have liked to maybe get a little more going, obviously, and score a few more points. But I mean, defensively, we played really well. There was a couple times we couldn't get off the field. You know, we gave them a couple short fields, and you know, they're a dynamic offense. I think they had a couple plays where the referees might have helped them out a little bit, especially on their first drive. But you know what? We played really, really hard. You know, you make really big jumps between your first and your second game. And, you know, I told the guys, we're so much farther ahead where we were. You know, we were able to add a few wrinkles here or there. And those wrinkles, if we could have completed them, were going to be pretty devastating.
I was just about to say, because not only was it just the passing plays, you know, but that pistol formation read option had probably the biggest run of the night from Carter still. So those wrinkles added some dilemmas that Kearney really wasn't prepared for. And if they did, as you said, connected, especially on those pass plays, yeah, you were kind of looking at a little bit of some momentum in your final 2 possessions of the ball game.
Yeah, you know, the first time we ran the pistol, you know, we've been working on it here the last few weeks, and, you know, you're always scared as a you know, option team where you go under center, you know, 100% of the time. But our guys did a good job, and that very first play was going to be a touchdown, but we kind of fumbled the little mesh there, and it is what it is. But you know, it's something that now teams are going to have to try to not only figure out the flex bone, but then a few wrinkles here or there that we've added.
Yep, and then, of course, you said next week against Grand Island, who hasn't had the hottest of last 2 seasons for their program. You talked a lot about some of the things that you wish to see cleaned up. If we were 8 weeks into this season, what's the one big thing you are circling to get cleaned up, not just for next week, but for the weeks afterwards?
I think it's just, you know, little things, you know, as far as like blocking or tackling. We did miss a few tackles. You know, and that's always one of those things that always happens in the beginning of the season. You know, we're just not quite with our angles. You know, it's hard when you're going against the same guys day after day after day. You know, you kind of get used to how this guy is going to play on the defense or offensive side, and then you're thrown out against some different guys that maybe have a little more speed.
Yeah.
And you got to kind of learn on the fly, and, you know, that's just experience. You know, a few of our guys that hadn't seen the field. You know, just experience that they that they needed. And, you know, again, Kearney's a really good team. They're always a very good team. You know, I'm sure they're going to go on and win quite a few games, and so are we, and maybe we'll see them again here later this fall and have another battle.
That's the energy I love to hear, Coach. As always, thank you so much for taking the trek up here. I can't wait to see you next week when we have, of course, our coaches interview, but more importantly, can't wait to see you next week in Grand Island, hopefully eating up a W Jameis Winston style.
There you go.
There you go. Love
thank
to hear that,
much.
Coach
Appreciate
Altig.
it.
Thank you so much for stopping on by. Head coach Kurt Altig here on our Quick Stop post-game show. 28 locations open 24 hours a day. Before I jump out of here, I do want to see what the final game stats looked like here from my terrible scorekeeping. Don't look at me, Coach. It's not the greatest of scorekeeping, but this is how he turned out. No, it wasn't a total success. 88 offensive yards, 71 rushing, 17 passing. Those passing numbers, as Coach Altig said, would have been a whole heck of a lot bigger if we had just a couple of small moments of just a little more of, I hate to say grabbing of the football because it's really not that easy, but we had those 2 catches, whether it be from Charlie Hunter early in the first game, in the first series when he ran into an official. Reed O'Brien, his drop, and then, of course, Camden Weaver with his drop. Those probably pass plays would have helped push the passing numbers up. But you end the night with 88 total rushing yards, 71 rushing overall. And for the Bulldogs, that leading rusher, I have to look at it here real quick before we skedaddle out of here. The leader of that goes to Carter Still with his last 2 runs of 18 and 14. He had 34 total yards rushing, 27 for Owen Shea, 24 for Brecken Corco. Unfortunately for Connor Stifler, he had -8. Poor guy unfortunately had the Adric Techmeyer experience for the whole game. So he has -8, -7 for Tice Rathbun, and then 1 yard on the side. So I got to pull up my sheet real quick because I wrote a number down. For Kobe Simance, and then for Camden Weaver, he had 8. On the side of Kearney and the Bearcats, 55 for JT Cunningham, 19 for Camden Miller, 17 rushing yards for Kellen Jones, 5 for Adric Techmeyer with his 3 touchdowns, and then Cervantes with 4 as well. Again, the Bulldogs are back in action next week when they take on Grand Island and the Islanders on the road. Here we look at our schedule for the next couple of weeks. The first home game of the season will be against Lincoln Standing Bear for the homecoming game. And how about Lincoln Standing Bear coming up from Class B? Absolutely, dog walking Omaha. Was it Omaha Northwest, Carl? No, it was Lincoln Northwest. I mean, they absolutely walked them in that first game of the season. So they're going to be an interesting team to see come up in the next couple of weeks. But we'll be back on the 4th when the Bulldogs take on Grand Island and the Islanders. I officially, though, will be back on Tuesday as we welcome in volleyball play in the regular season. Bulldogs in Class B this year for volleyball, taking on Broken Bow. I'll be there. Our new sports director, Hayden Coker, will be there. And then we'll welcome back Carl Anderson for the next football game next Friday. Bulldogs fall in this game versus Kearney and the Bearcats, unfortunately, with it 24-7. Thank you guys so much. Those were our game stats brought to you in part by Mitchell Inman CPA. From touchdowns to tax returns, the numbers matter. Game stats are brought to you in part by Mitchell Inman CPA. Have a good rest of your night. Be safe if you traveled out to Kearney, and we will see you all next Tuesday when the Bulldogs take on Broken Bow in Broken Bow for volleyball.
Headed to the lake or coming back home? Make the new Quick Stop your stop. At the new number 28 location, Quick Stop has everything you need. A selection of wine, beer, and spirits, fresh hot Piccadilly pizza.
My name is David Merrill. I'm the head chef over here at the Cedar Room. What I hope to bring to the community is an opportunity to explore new horizons that people maybe haven't before because it was too expensive, too intimidating, too abroad. And I just kind of want to bring an opportunity for people to try new things in, exciting ways that, are still small town affordable. Stop on by at the Cedar Room located here in the